Hello and welcome to our reading of The Holiday with the Quarantine Theater Company. Excuse my lovely blonde wig here. For today, we've got a lovely cast of people joining us. First and foremost, we've got Chelsea. She's going to be our Iris this evening. And for every Iris, there is a Miles, and that would be Jeremy. And of course, I will be Amanda Woods, 2 words. And then for Amanda, we've got Travis is going to be our Graham this evening. And then as multiple characters, including Jasper and Ethan, sorry, George, I made you all the assholes, is George. George is like, sure, whatevs. And as Hannah and Bristol and several other characters, we've got Amy. She's also going to be doing our scene description this evening. And then last but not least, we've got Michael. Michael's not going to be Jasper. Michael's going to be, I'm sorry, George is not Jasper. Michael's Jasper.
But I'm
Sorry
Ethan.
about that.
So
I
I'm one
had
of the
a
D-bags,
backup
yeah.
plan in my notes in case somebody dropped out. And so that's what I was reading. So George is Ethan and Michael is Jasper. So they're the assholes in this one. Love guys. All right. So without further ado, Amy, take us away.
All right. Holiday by Nancy Myers. Oop. Lush, romantic movie music over a black screen. Fade in on a young couple kissing on the beach. As the camera glides around them, the music soars. Camera widens and we realize we are watching the young couple on a large computer screen, and at the computer's keyboard, writing the music we're hearing is Miles. Early 30s, boyish, shaggy in his t-shirt and khakis. The depth and tenderness of his composition bellies his appearance. We are in Miles, LA house in the Hollywood Hills. Small in Spanish. It's a December afternoon. Through the windows, we see the wind blowing olive trees in a courtyard. Miles continues to compose as we see his pretty girlfriend in the BG, talking on her cell as she gets dressed. An actress, no doubt. Over, we hear the voice of a young English woman, Iris. Iris's voice is knowing and warm.
I have found almost everything ever written about love to be true. Shakespeare said, journeys end when lovers meet. What an extraordinary thought. Personally, I have not experienced anything remotely close to that, but I'm more than willing to believe Shakespeare had. I suppose I think about love more than anyone really should. I'm constantly amazed by its sheer power and all its subtleties and complexities.
Miles' girlfriend passes behind the computer screen, and Miles, taken with her, seems to now compose to her beauty. She, however, is in a rush and doesn't seem to notice. Miles reaches for her with one arm, kisses her hand, still playing the keyboard with the other. She looks at him impatiently. Oblivious to this, Miles watches her exit as he continues to play.
It was Shakespeare who also said, love is blind. Now that is something I know to be true.
Interior, Porsche, moving. Sunset Boulevard, night, music continues. A couple drives home from a party without speaking. The woman in her early 30s, in the passenger seat, turns and stares steadily at her man. Feeling her eyes on him, he glances over, but she seems to see right through him. He can't take it. His eyes return to the road. She nods to herself.
For some, quite inexplicably, love fades.
Interior, bedroom. Brentwood, night, music continues. Arthur Abbott, 80-some years old, gets in his queen-size bed alone. A photo of his beloved wife, taken in the 50s, sits on his nightstand. Arthur takes this moment to look at the photo, as he always does, before turning out the light.
For others, love is simply lost.
The wind blows, a window closed. Interior, pub. England, night, music continues. A great-looking man, around 40, makes his way through a crowded pub. There isn't a girl in the place who doesn't look in his direction. He shyly smiles at one lucky girl.
But then, of course, love can also be found, even if just for the night.
Interior, London newspaper office, after hours. A holiday party is in progress. Camera wends its way through the festive atmosphere.
And then there's another kind of love, the cruelest kind, the one that almost kills its victims. It's called unrequited love. Of that, I am an expert. Most love stories are pretty much about people who fall in love with each other. But what about the rest of us? What about our stories? Those of us who fall in love alone. We are the victims of the one-sided affair. We are the cursed of the loved ones. We are the unloved ones, the walking wounded, the handicapped, without the advantage of a great parking space. Yes, you are looking at one such individual. Yes, there, in the blue sweater. That's me. That's right. That's me. I have unwillingly loved that man for over 3 miserable years. The absolute worst years of my life. The worst Christmases, the worst birthdays, New Year's Eve brought in by tears and Xanax. Those years I've been in love have been the darkest days of my life, all because I've been cursed with being in love with a man who does not and will not love me back. Oh God, here he comes. Heart pounding, throat thickening, absolutely can't swallow, all the usual symptoms.
We are looking at Iris, smartest girl in the room, although she doesn't know it. Sweet to her core, the unrealized hero of her own life. Iris slips back deeper into the crowd and finds a friendly face, Hannah. Hannah is smoking and drinking champagne. Iris takes Hannah's glass and downs it. Uh-oh. Iris peeks around and spots him as another group has grabbed him. His name is Jasper. He's not conventionally good looking, but has a confidently and sly sexuality which draws women to him. He's clearly the biggest star in the room, the paper's most important and recognized writer. Everyone wants his attention, but few can actually get it. Oh, Jasper, you're not still?
Oh, no, that's over. Very over.
The young passing assistant.
Peter, bring Hannah another champagne and one for me, will you please? Thank you.
I thought so. What was the story with you two? You were shagging him, weren't you?
More importantly, I was in love with him, truth be known.
Oh, yes, I remember. Then you found out he was shagging that drip from circulation.
Yes, I did, which is when I stopped shagging him. I don't think we should be talking about this at the,
Iris,
Jeffrey!
my wife loved your column last night. Read it to me out loud. Very clever. Made her cry.
Oh, thank her for me.
But I want to see you two together. He cheated on you and you stayed friends?
Yes, well, he doesn't see it as cheating. See, I thought we were together, but he said we were just dating.
Does dating mean you're supposed to assume he was shagging other women?
I didn't think so, obviously. I was head over heels, you know? Everyone knew. Does it look like I'm crying right now?
No, it looks like it's from my cigarette. Did he ever tell you he loved you?
Yes, 3, almost 4 times. When I reminded him of that, he said it must have been in answer to a question or something, which it most certainly was not.
You know, Iris, when you catch a guy shagging another woman, you're not supposed to stay friends with him. You're supposed to never talk to the prick again. You're supposed to throw things at him, scream, call him names, not do his fucking laundry.
I do not do his laundry. Did someone tell you I do his laundry? All we do now is we do emails. Not when he's with her, of course. And also when he's not with her, we sometimes talk on the phone, sometimes for hours. And then there's the occasional long lunch. It's bloody torture. But he said it would be crazy to give up our friendship, that I'm one of the most important people in his life.
I never realized how pathetic you are.
God, I'm so aware of it.
Their champagne arrives. Iris drinks hers down quickly. Fucking men. They always get us right where they want us. Who wouldn't want a fantastic girl like you in love with him? Hang on his every word. He knows every time he wants to crawl back.
Actually, he has said some small comments like that recently. Hasn't come right out and said it exactly, but
Iris, did you follow your story?
Oh, no, I didn't. Thank you very much. Down to the wire, I'm sorry. Well, Hannah, try to keep this between us.
Iris rushes into a tiny cubicle of an office. The walls are covered with black and white photos of brides and grooms on their wedding day. Iris writes the union's column, the only good news in the newspaper, which features couples on their wedding day in every Sunday style section. She sits at her computer and brings up a story which just needs a few last words. She looks up at a photo of a beaming bride and groom in their 50s, refers to her notes.
The groom's best friend spoke for many guests when he said, Hillary will open Edward's eyes and round out his life.
What's it like to be the only person committed to their work while the rest of us are slumming?
Iris looks up. It's Jasper, standing in her doorway, a small bit of holly in his lapel, a drink in his hand.
You mean, what's it like to be the only person not to finish their work on time? Hold on.
Look how fast that big brain of yours works. Probably a brilliant finish.
I assure you it's not.
He hits a button and sends her story to her editor.
Hi.
Hi. Your column today was fantastic. I love that line. The onrushing stripping of dignity and thought from British lives. Oh, gave me chills.
The smile on his face tells us how much he loves hearing this from her.
Got you something from Christmas.
I got you something too.
She opens her drawer and takes out a gift.
Oh, damn, I don't actually have mine here. As a matter of fact, I might have misplaced it, but I know I bought you something. Hope I didn't lose it. Could be in the car.
That's okay.
You want to know what it is?
No, I can wait. But here, you open yours.
Jasper opens Iris's gift and finds a book.
You stinker.
She melts. He opens the book, seems to genuinely love it.
First edition? Where'd you find it? You're so great.
At this moment, her world is near perfection. His eyes seem to brim with tears as he looks at her, but maybe she's just imagining it. Through the glass wall of her office, they see their editor-in-chief, Hugh Buckley, standing on a chair to quiet down the crowd.
I hate that we can never talk.
I know.
They exit together into the newsroom. Crowd has gathered. Iris turns and has somehow lost Jasper. She looks for him as she stands alone in the back near her office.
First of all, to each and every one of you, a very Merry Christmas. We are not officially closed, as you well know, but with any luck, we will not go to war. The flu will not spread, and the Queen will not abdicate. Given that, we may be able to get by with a smaller than normal staff. Now, before some of you rush off on holiday, I have one rather important announcement. This affects Iris. Iris, where are you?
Iris, surprised, raises her hand and is pushed forward.
Iris, I have a tip for you.
Excellent.
A wedding was privately announced earlier today, which I don't believe any other paper in town knows about. And I want you to be the first to report on this particular union, as it is between two of our most esteemed colleagues. May I introduce to you the newly engaged Sarah Smith Alcott and Jasper Bloom?
Sarah steps forward, a sincere, makes no waves kind of girl. A second banana, if ever there was one. She lights up as she turns to Jasper, who joins her, taking her hand. Camera slowly pushes in on Iris, trying desperately not to cry in front of everyone she knows. Jasper says a few words, but Iris doesn't hear them. When he finishes, he catches Iris in the crowd. She gives him a small, approving nod and the bravest possible smile. As their eyes connect, someone pats Jasper on the back and his attention is once again gone and Iris is once again left alone. Iris, close, as she escapes through the crowd and into her office. She takes her coat off off the back of her door, slips into it, then sees the wrinkled wrapping paper from her gift. She picks it up, crumples it, then notices the book is sitting on an end table, forgotten.
Yeah, that's right. I'm so great. Greatest idiot that ever lived.
Interior, train, moving night. Iris holding the book on her lap, sits in an empty train car, a tissue in her hand. Exterior, Surrey. Night. Snow falls as Iris walks the curb of the cobbled stone street of her small village. At one end of the street is a church. At the other is a village pub, which is overflowing with patrons. As Iris passes the pub, someone calls her name, but she doesn't answer. Exterior, village house. Moments later. A picture postcard stone cottage sits nestled in a winter garden. This is one of the smallest houses you've ever seen. Iris walks the narrow footbridge up to her front gate. She opens the gate and a bell rings. A dog can be heard barking inside the house. Interior, Iris's cottage. Iris enters, turns on the light, and is greeted by her dog, Charlie.
Hey, look who it is. Give me a kiss. Give me a... Oh, you're so warm. Okay. Give me a sec, Charlie. I've got to take off my boots. Hold on.
Iris falls into a soft, upholstered chair. She pulls off her boots, sits there for a second in her wet coat, wet hair, looks at her dog.
Guess what?
And then she bursts into tears. Interior, living room, Brentwood, California, morning. The man we saw driving the Porsche on page 2 wakes up on a couch, pillow under his head, blanket over him. He is in a great-looking room in a great-looking, sun-filled house, 6,000 square feet in prime Brentwood. The house has a relaxed, good taste you get with a smart decorator. The man is Ethan. Artistic good looks, almost 40, tousled hair, t-shirt, boxers, vintage Rolex, and a large dose of narcissism which he has never discussed with his shrink. Ethan sits up, runs his hand through his hair, looks around and catches the eye of the uniformed gardener, blowing eucalyptus leaves outside the wall of windows. Ethan walks through the house, calling Amanda. He checks out the oversized kitchen, the media room, the gym, the expansive home office. He passes a Christmas tree with a Jewish star on top, climbs the center hall stairs.
Amanda?
A housekeeper passes him on her way down the stairs. She gives Ethan a nod toward the bedroom and a look that suggests he's in trouble. Ethan continues up the stairs and stops outside of the master bedroom door. He hesitates, opens it, and a sneaker flies at his head. He ducks. The thrower of the sneaker is Amanda Woods. Wearing white pajamas, a bedhead of fabulous hair, a necklace with some sort of diamond pendant, and a red Kabbalah string bracelet. Amanda wouldn't know how to play the victim if she was one. Men don't just fall for this woman, they fall under her spell. Fiercely intelligent, blazing eyes, a big city girl with a small town in her past. At the moment, she's about to explode.
May I just say again that I didn't sleep with her?
Okay, right. Your receptionist needs to work till 3 in the
A
morning.
bunch of us were working all night. She wanted to hang out.
Okay, then swear on my life that you didn't sleep with her. Go ahead.
Ethan starts to open his mouth, then stops. Another sneaker flies at him. He ducks it.
Ugh! Your receptionist, Ethan! That's fake boobed, lip liner, G-string sticking out. She can't even pronounce people's names.
Amanda starts to quickly gather some of Ethan's books and things.
See? This is why I knew we shouldn't get married. This is why I told you never to give up your house. I knew it. Inside, somehow, I knew this.
First of all, I did not sleep with her. And secondly, we've had problems for over a year. You don't want to deal with that, I know, but we have. So let's not make this about Amy.
Oh, well, I'm aware we've had problems for over a year. If I work a little too much and never stop hearing about it. But if you work too much, Maestro, it's for the sake of your music.
If you work too much, Amanda, you cut 75 trailers this year. You put a cutting room in the house. You sleep with your BlackBerry. Look at your side of the bed. It's like a workstation. When was the last time we had sex? Want to take a guess?
Oh, come on. No one has time for sex.
That's not true, okay?
Okay, that's it. You absolutely slept with her. It's official. We're finished. You get your clothes and all your crap and... Can you just get out? Seriously, you have to get out.
I thought you wanted me to get my clothes.
She backs him out the door and down the stairs.
You know what I really think, Ethan? I don't think you ever really loved me. How's that? I think you love the idea of you and me, but not so much me. Not me. Not really.
I don't even know what that means, except that you're criticizing the way I loved you. I did the best I could. Is anyone good enough for that job?
That hurts. She opens the front door, tosses Ethan his keys, then moves him out the door.
I will send you your things.
Ethan now stands outside the door in his boxer shorts. Amanda faces him standing inside the house. The Gardners try not to listen.
You know you do this, right? You screw up every relationship you've ever been in. It's what you do.
Amanda slams the door on him. As she runs back up the stairs, she hears,
Something about you doesn't really want to be a couple. Not really. You resist it in your own way.
Angle. Ethan out front of the house, yelling up to her bedroom window.
And it's hard to detect how you even do it because nobody's quite as smart as you. So you're hard to catch at it, but it always surfaces, and this is what happens.
Amanda opens an upstairs window, looks down.
What happens?
Things end, just like you knew they would. Look, you know how I feel about you. There's nobody like you, but you don't want to be what I need. Not I need, you know what I mean?
I would never cheat on you not under any condition.
And neither would I, okay? Look at me. I'm sweating like a goddamn pig, and look at you. You're the only woman on earth who breaks up with her boyfriend and doesn't shed a tear. That means something, doesn't it?
So I'm cursed because I don't need you enough and want you so much that I can't cry?
I didn't say you don't need me enough, although that's probably true too.
Amanda rubs her chest. Ouch.
Esophageal spasm. Big one. Ow. That'll be fine.
I know. I was thinking about me.
Ethan, it's over, so we might as well be honest with each other. Just tell me, did you sleep with her? Just say it. What's the difference at this point? Why torture me? Put me out of my misery. What are we doing here? Just tell me. Do what's right, for God's sake.
Okay. Yes, okay. I slept with her. You happy? I've been sleeping with her. She's in love with me. She's young and...
The gardener looks over at Ethan, shaking his head. What a schmuck.
I'm not proud of this.
Amanda nods, disappears into the bedroom.
Amanda?
A beat to the front door opens, and Amanda very calmly crosses to Ethan.
Did you just say, am I happy?
I didn't mean that. You get me nuts, then I say things I don't mean.
You know what cheating is, Ethan?
Just what? No, what?
It's a coward's way of breaking up, and at its core, what it is unkind because it makes everyone involved, including me, feel cheap and crazy. And it's a bad way to end things because this is how I'll always think of you. Not as that guy I spent 3 years with, and the guy and went to Hawaii with and took cooking lessons with. You will always be very lost my spots. You will always be and forever the asshole that lied and cheated, and nothing you will ever say, can do, or do from this moment will ever change my mind about you. In the world of love, not that I'm such a genius at it, but in the world of love, cheating is simply not acceptable.
Okay.
And the fact that in this fight, you made this about me and not you makes you the asshole, the nicest thing I can ever say about you.
No matter what you think, and I know you have a very high opinion of yourself, this isn't all me. And when you're not in such a rage, you'll know it too.
Yeah? Well, maybe when the rage subsides and I stopped having visions of you two together, I'll see your side.
Amanda turns, starts to walk away, then comes right back, makes a fist and punches Ethan in the face twice. He loses his balance and falls on his ass. Interior house. Amanda enters out of breath, adrenaline pumping. She jumps up and down out of frustration and lets out a scream. Bristol, Amanda's pregnant assistant, arrives from the kitchen holding a spiral notebook and a pen and catches the tail end of this. Is this a bad time?
No, I'm just flipping out a little. Fuck! I'm all right. Shit! I'm okay. What's up?
Ben needs you. Interior, Amanda's guest house, which has been turned into a cutting room. Movie one sheets are stacked against the wall. Another wall is filled with videotapes. Sitting at an Avid is Ben. Trim, faded John Kerry t-shirt, 2-day growth of beard. Amanda enters. We can see a beautiful pool and a patio umbrella behind her.
Is it better?
Yeah, your changes were good. I just need you to sign off on it so I can get over to the studio. They want to air it tomorrow.
Amanda nods. Ben hits a button on the Avid and a TV spot for a movie plays. We hear that familiar narrator.
This Columbia Pictures presents. Sorry, I just wanted to say it.
The movie is a black buddy comedy action film. The images are familiar. Helicopters, male stars in Prada suits, Uzis pointed at the lens, blondes in bikinis, cars careening out of control.
It finally looks like a hit.
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
But I still think you cut a little too fast off the one guy, and try putting the blonde before the house blowing up, and hang on Will a few frames longer when he says, "Don't hate me because I'm pretty." His smile's great. Ooh, and make sure Christmas Day is twice as big. And try it in red. Like, not a Scorsese red, but like happy red.
Okay.
Okay. We're done. Hey, why don't we take off for a few weeks?
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Everyone else in the town takes off for Christmas.
Well, you always say this is our busiest.
I know, but we've got 20 people in the office. They can handle things for a few weeks.
You'll let them handle things?
Yeah, I think I gotta get out of town. I need some place quiet or whatever it is people go away for. You know what? I want to do? I want to eat carbs without wanting to kill myself. I want to read an actual book. I read these reviews. I buy the books, but I never read them. Ouch. Did you read that article in the New York Times last Sunday? Severe stress makes women age prematurely because stress causes the DNA in our cells to shrink until they can no longer replicate. So when we're stressed, we look haggard. Just the women, not the men. Remember when they used to say that single women over 35 used to be more likely to be killed by terrorists than get married? That was horrible. And so now our generation is not only not getting married, and bonus, real terrorists actually became a part of our lives now. And then making the stress of it all just shows up on our faces, making us look haggard while Ethan goes on looking for cute forever and fucking his 24-year-old receptionist.
I think a vacation sounds like a good idea. Interior, Amanda's home office. Amanda sits at her computer Googling vacation spots.
Worry-free vacations. Good. Where's that? Bora Bora. Kayak for one? No. Caribbean. I can't. All the couples and kids, which I do not have. Vacation rentals. Yeah, let's hole up in a house somewhere, disappear for a few weeks, and nobody will know me. Good. Okay, where do you want to go on your next vacation? 3 clicks is all it takes to search and select and contact your perfect vacation home exchange partner. Let's see, click here and pick a country. Let's see, where do they speak English? Click on a city. Oh, Cotswolds. Barn converted into modern house in beautiful Cotswolds. I like the sound of that. Cotswolds. Which looks exactly like the valley. Okay, next. Ooh. Surrey. Isolated country house with distant views. I can do isolated. Ooh, Oi, The Shining. Christmas in the Country, a fairy tale English cottage set in a tranquil country garden. Snuggle up by the old brick fireplace and enjoy a glowing fire and a cup of cocoa. An enchanting oasis of tranquility in a quiet English hamlet just 40 minutes from exciting London.
Amanda clicks and a photo of Iris's cottage shows up. She smiles as we hear the sound of a tea kettle going off. Cut to interior Iris's cottage, same time. It's 8 hours later in England and Iris is making a cup of tea before bed. She looks wiped out. It's been a hard night. A light snow falls outside the windows. She hears her computer ping. She sits at the kitchen table and looks at her laptop. It's a home exchange instant message. It says, "I'm interested in renting your house. Is it still available?"
Renting my house. Sorry, it's only available for home exchange.
Home exchange? What's home exchange? We switch houses, cars, everything. Friends of mine have. It's supposed to be great. Where are you?
Please be somewhere far away.
L.A.
Yes, jackpot. I've never been there. Always wanted to go. I'm Iris, by the way. Very normal. Neat freak. Healthy. Non-smoker. Single. Hate my horrible life.
I'm Amanda. Loner, loser, and complicated wreck.
Hi.
Hi.
Amanda thinks about this, then writes,
Must say, your house looks idyllic. Just what I need.
Thank you. What does your place look like? I don't need much. Just love the idea of being 6,000 miles from here.
Totally get that. My place is nice. A little bigger than yours.
Not hard to be.
I have 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, kitchen, family room, media room,
Is she kidding?
home office, gym, pool, guest house.
I have a kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, living room. That's it. Nice knowing you.
Sounds perfect.
And I have a dog.
That's cool. Can I ask you one thing?
Sure.
Are there any men in your town?
Honestly,
Yes.
0.
When can I come?
Tomorrow too soon?
Tomorrow's perfect, actually.
Okay, forms to fill out, etc. But we're on for 2 weeks starting tomorrow.
Can I call you and talk in person?
Would love if you would.
and as quickly as Iris types in her phone number and sends, the phone rings. Iris picks it up.
Hello?
Interior, British Air, coach, day. The plane is boarding, and through the crowd of passengers, we see Iris making her way through the coach section to her seat. Naturally, it's in the middle of 3 seats, and the seats on either side of her are empty. She settles into the center seat, looks up, and sees a great-looking Italian guy looking at the seat right next to her. She can't believe her luck. He smiles at her. She smiles back. He's then joined by his beautiful, skinny girlfriend who points him to the next row. Then, 2 very pleasing-looking women in their 50s stop at Iris's row and squeeze into the empty seats, knocking her around a bit. Iris's BlackBerry beeps. She checks it out. It's from Jasper. It says, "Heard you have left for holiday in Lotus Land. First vacation in 4 years is turning point. I salute you. How do I reach you?" Iris is closes her eyes, willing to willpower. Her eyes go to the line. How do I reach you? Her eyes well up as she writes back.
Dear Jasper. Now, Jasper, we both know I need to fall out of love with you. Would be great if you would let me try. XX. No. Would be great if you would let me try. Iris.
The woman next to Iris has been reading over her shoulder and pats Iris's arm. Another British air flight. First class, night in flight, close on a stack of books. The size you would take with you if you're going away for a year. The stack sits next to Amanda, who wears the British Air eye shades, sweats, noisy bangle bracelets. Harper Spazar lies open on her lap. With her eyes covered, she takes a Pepsid AC, throws it down with some water, rubs her chest, and closes the window shade. She pulls up to her comforter, adjusts her pillow. A beat, and she lifts her eye shade to her forehead, stares straight up at the plane ceiling, and we hear,
Amanda Woods is proud to present her life. She had it all. The job, the house, the guy. This holiday season, find out what Amanda doesn't have.
As if to shut the guy out, Amanda snaps her eye shade back over her eyes. A British passport is stamped by a U.S. Customs officer. He hands it back to an excited Iris.
Wish me luck.
Customs guy says nothing. Iris moves on. A beat and she returns.
I'm a little superstitious. Could you wish me luck?
Good luck.
Another stamp hits Amanda's passport. A British customs officer passes a passport back to Amanda. She yawns, wearing sunglasses. Helicopter shot. Freeways. Intersection. Day. San Diego freeway sign. Sunset Boulevard. Day. Iris in the backseat of a taxi looks out to the open window like a kid, her hair blowing. Exterior. Surrey, England, late day. A Mercedes drives through the picturesque village, which is now covered in snow. Interior. Mercedes. Moving. The driver slows to a stop and turns to the back seat. Amanda is asleep wearing the British Air eye shades.
That's you, Amy.
Oh, my bad. Miss. We're here.
This can't be it.
It's just down that lane, but I'll never be able to turn at the other end. Think you can make it from here?
No.
Exterior, snow-covered lane. The Mercedes pulls away and leaves Amanda in heels, jeans, shearling coat, and a long red scarf, a Balenciaga bag, a carry-on, and a huge Tumi suitcase. She tosses her scarf over her shoulder, pops the handle on her suitcase, and begins dragging it from behind her. Down the snow-covered lane. Whoops! She skids, almost falls, regains her balance. A clump of snow falls from a tree branch, hitting her smack on the head.
Thank you.
Close. Amanda's snow-covered Manolos. Coming to a stop. Tilt up to Amanda, out of breath, arriving at Iris's little gate. She wipes snow from the stone wall and reveals the house number. She looks ahead and sees a tiny cottage nestled under the snow-covered branches.
I'm here.
Amanda opens the gate. The bell on it rings a frozen little ring, and she drags her things up to the front door, lifts a flower pot, and finds a key. She inserts the key and is greeted by Iris's dog, Charlie. She pets him as she turns on the lights, looks around the cottage, and sees its small, charming bedroom with pitched ceilings, tiny bathroom, cramped kitchen, cozy little living room. Amanda stands between her bags, able to see the full place as she does a 360.
What am I doing here?
Exterior, Brentwood Street, same time. Taxi pulls up away, revealing Iris out front of Amanda's gate, holding her one smallish suitcase. She's overdressed for a warm winter day in LA. She stands beneath an orange tree, the sun shining brightly on her as she looks through the gate at Amanda's spread.
Holy shit. Hello?
Iris?
Yes, I'm here. Hello?
Hey, come in.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Bristol. I'm Amanda's assistant. I'm really sorry to do this, but your plane was late and I have a doctor's appointment, so I've got to take off.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Thanks. I made you this binder. It explains how everything in the house works, the alarm, the password, the gate code. I gave you all the speed dial numbers, police, fire, gardeners, poolmen, housekeeper, me, directions for the phones, the sound systems, TVs, DVD players, TiVos. The equipment in the gym is pretty much self-explanatory. The exterior lights on and go automatically, and so you do the sprinklers so you don't have to worry about that. Here's the clickers to the gate and the garage and the keys to the front door, the side door, the mailbox, and the Prius. Don't worry, it's only a house. It looks smaller than it looks. Interior house. Iris enters, takes it all in, the beautiful decor, the large, generous rooms. Her mind is blown. She places her things by the door and immediately checks out the house. We follow her as she darts in and out of the room, screaming for joy. She runs up the stairs, enters the luxuriously large bedroom, checks out the oversized bathroom, and shrieks. She opens the door into a dream closet. It's insanely big. She sees her small English self in the large closet mirror.
This is the most brilliant thing that's ever happened to you.
Interior. Iris's cottage, England, the same time. Amanda is finishing unpacking, trying to squeeze one more thing into Iris's teeny tiny little closet. She gets in and slams the door closed. Now, what to do with her empty suitcase? She rolls it under her bed.
Okay. Now what?
Amanda exits the back of the house, pulling her coat around her to keep her warm. It's getting dark and she spots a garden bench. Dusts off the snow, sits on it. The quiet is astounding.
I have not screwed up every relationship I've been in.
Amanda was lost, but she knew in the game of life.
Ugh.
She bolts off the bench and out of frame. Cut to the road as seen through a Mini Cooper's windshield. The things are flying by fast and the trees on the side of the road are way too close. A punk band blares from the radio. Amanda is driving Iris's electric blue Mini and obviously has never driven on the left side of the road before. She pulls into the town. Whoa, hard to make the turn from the left. Few shoppers browse past local shops and watch as a Mini fishtails into the street. Small children run into their parents. Amanda parks, gets out of the car, grabs her chest to catch her breath.
Sorry. Okay, that was hell.
She looks around, sees the pub, the post office, the bookshop, the butcher, and the market. As she heads towards the market, she looks at her left and a car from the right almost hits her. She leaps out of its way. Interior market. Small, very English. Bad Christmas music plays in the Fiji. Amanda pushes a small cart and drinks from bottled wine. She loads up her cart with fresh baguettes, pastries, smoked salmon, local cheeses, and Christmas puddings. Checkout stand as a chubby female clerk rings up Amanda's goodies. Someone's having a party tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Amanda takes a swig out of the wine bottle. Interior, Iris's cottage, night. Amanda sits on Iris's bed in pajamas and a big sweater under her scarf, eating Christmas pudding and watching The Office on a 15-inch TV. She pops a Pepsid acid in her mouth and washes it down with wine. The Office cuts to commercial and Amanda's TV spot comes on. This Christmas. This Christmas, Columbia Pictures is proud to present. Amanda watches, mouthing the words. Then at the end, twice as big in red letters, Christmas Day.
And that's where I make the big bucks.
Later, Amanda makes a fire in the living room fireplace. It's not so easy without the little gas knob. A little later, she puts on Supreme CDs and sings along.
Jealousy, I don't remember the words, the price you pay. Open up your eager eyes, I'm Mr. Brightside.
Later, holding a glass of wine, she looks at Iris's books, reading their titles. There's so many of them. Later still, with an open book in her lap, Amanda sits on the couch looking at Charlie, the dog. They seem to be having a staring contest. Cut to Amanda's suitcase being tossed on the bed. Amanda throws in her clothes. Cut to Hockney pool splash. Iris swims laps in Amanda's pool as the sun sets on a balmy, breezy winter day in Los Angeles. Interior media room. A little later, Iris is barefoot in jeans, blouse, damp hair, scans Amanda's wall of DVDs. There's so many of them. Then she looks at a basket full of clickers. There's so many of them. She gets intimidated and reaches for the binder Bristol gave her. The phone rings.
Oh, hello? Oh, Kate. Oh no, disaster.
Iris looks at the multi-lined phone, then thumbs frantically through the binder. An Audi convertible waits outside of the gate. Miles, from page 1, is behind the wheel. His girlfriend, Maggie, sits next to him, talking on her cell. Miles is listening to a movie score on CD. No, Miles is dropping me at yoga. Shut up. Who was he with?
Maggie, this is the best part. Maggie,
I'm sorry. Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me?
it's Miles. Amanda.
No, sorry. Amanda's not here. Oh, fuck. If you heard that, I'm terribly sorry.
That's cool.
The afternoon breeze blows her hair as movie music drifts out of the car. It's nostalgic and romantic and colors the scene.
Hello.
Hi, sorry to bother you. Santa Ana's.
Pardon?
The wind. It's what makes it so warm this time of year. Legend has it when the Santa Anas blow, anything can happen.
Good day to arrive then.
You just got here.
First time in LA.
Really? Well, people badmouth this place all the time, but give it a chance. LA is highly misunderstood. There's a lot of magic around here. Plus, there aren't many places where the nights smell like jasmine and the days smell like orange blossoms. I'm Miles. I work for Ethan.
Amanda's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, too bad about that, huh? Do you know what time Amanda will be back?
Amanda's in England on holiday. I'm staying here for a few weeks while she's gone.
Oh, it's a little funky because Ethan left some things here and asked me to pick them up. Is that still cool, or?
You're his...
Well, I'm a composer like Ethan, but I help out with whatever.
Oh, did you compose this?
Yes. No. This is the great Ennio Morricone. This is the score from Cinema Paradiso.
Oh, I love that movie. I forgot how beautiful the music was.
They both listen appreciatively when the horn honks. Miles turns. Maggie is clearly ready to go.
Would it be all right if you come around tomorrow? I'll check all this out with Amanda's assistant.
Sure, no problem. Thanks.
I'm Iris, by the way.
Miles.
Right.
Santa Ana's breeze past them again. As Miles gets back in the car and pulls out the exit gate, Iris notices the orange trees in the yard. As the wind drifts, she smells their blossoms. Arthur, the older man introduced on page 2, slowly walks by the open gate on a walker. Supporting his arm is his frumpy-looking black nurse.
Evening.
Arthur does not look in her direction. Iris notices them heading for the house next door, then spots a small package sitting outside the gate. Iris quickly rushes to it, grabbing it just before the gate closes. Interior, kitchen. Moments later, Iris opens a package, a vinyl cooler bag, and inside finds a small calorie-conscious zone meal.
Why would anyone with this kitchen have a meal delivered?
Iris opens the kitchen cupboards. Nothing but low-carb foods, almonds, Pepsid acid, Mylanta. She opens the refrigerator. Soy milk, 1 egg, 50 bottles of water, 2 bottles of Pinot Grigio. Iris turns back and looks at the zone meal. Wide shot. The kitchen moments later. This gorgeous Viking Range Sub-Zeroed, every Williams-Sonoma gadget ever made kitchen has nothing in it to actually eat, so Iris sits on a stool on the huge island and dines on Amanda's tiny zone meal and a glass of wine. Interior, Amanda's bedroom. Later, we are close on Iris's laptop screen. We hear, "You got mail," with an English accent. Iris's emails are displayed. Her eyes scan them and stop when she finds what she wants. An email from Jasper Bloom at Times Co. UK. With her heart beating in great anticipation, she opens him up.
Now we must talk. Maybe it's good you're on holiday. Give us each a chance to deal with current agendas. Try not to be clear to myself these days. Know this. I think of you and smile so deeply that it can no longer be called a smile. Maybe scientists will discover a new word to describe it. Sleep well, Jazz.
Her heart races. Her legs melt. How does he do it? 6,000 miles away and she's still in the palm of his hand. She braces herself and closes the computer. Interior, bedroom. Moments later, Iris climbs into Amanda's king-size bed, looks at the clock. It's 6 p.m.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 a.m. in London.
She yawns, notices a button by the bed, pushes it, and is surprised when blackout blinds simultaneously lower all around the room, delivering the room in total darkness. As the screen turns black, we hear,
"He doesn't love you. Forget him. Forget him."
Another clock tells us it's 2 a.m. Camera pans to Amanda, lying wide awake in Iris' small double bed. She's not even a little tired. Suddenly, a loud knocking on the front door. Amanda quickly rises, runs into the living room. Charlie barks.
Who is it?
It's open up. It's freezing.
Who are you?
Iris, it's Graham. Open the fucking door before I take a fucking leak in your fucking flower pot.
Amanda quickly opens the door and we find the rakishly handsome Graham from page 2. All twinkly eyes and ruffled hair, he's some exotic and pleasing concoction of helplessness and cockiness. Just at the sight of him, Amanda is, for the first time in her life, speechless, which means this man has already changed her.
You're not Iris.
No, I'm not.
Oh, then sorry for my profanity. I wasn't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting you either.
Nevertheless, may I just...
Oh, yes, you have to,
Yes, I do. I'm Graham, Iris's brother.
Amanda Woods, I'm staying here.
Amanda Woods. Is that all one word?
No, it's not.
The bathroom door shuts. Amanda catches herself in the mirror. She tries to fix her hair a little when Graham re-enters. God, he's even cuter the second time you see him.
So Iris is... Where is she?
She didn't tell you?
Not that I remember.
She's in LA.
That's not possible. Iris never leaves town.
Neither do I. She listed this cottage on a home exchange website. I found it and we switched houses for 2 weeks for vacation. She's in my house in LA and I'm here.
No, people actually do that?
Apparently. Seems here I am in my pajamas.
She did call me a few times this morning, but I didn't get a chance to get back to her. I feel awful now. Do you mind if I sit? I feel I'm going to bump into you.
No, sure, sit. You okay?
Oh yes, fine. Really, sorry about the intrusion. Obviously, I had no idea about this exchange thing, and although I'm not a period, I am actually Iris. I am actually Iris' very respectable big brother. However, on the rare or not so rare occasion that I come into town and get inordinately pissed, my sweet sister puts me up so I don't get behind the wheel. Pathetic explanation, but unfortunately, it's become a bit of a routine. Hello, Charles. So, how's it going so far, this exchange thing? I mean, up until I showed up and ruined your night.
Actually, not going so great. I'm leaving tomorrow on a noon plane.
Oh, when did you get here?
3 o'clock today.
Ah, we made a great impression on you, have we?
It's not that. No, it's just that I'm not quite myself right now, and I came here on a stupid whim. And honestly, I've never thought about anything less. Very unlike me. And the thing is, I don't know what I'm doing here, so I thought I should go home, like, where at least I know how to drive a car. Would you like something to drink? Glass of water, tea, wine, maybe?
Wine would be good. Will you have a glass?
Sure.
The man crosses to the kitchen, brings over an open bottle and 2 glasses.
Thank you. I'm really sorry, but I forgot your name.
Amanda.
Yes, Amanda Woods. Very good name. It looks like you.
He makes a fist, indicating she appears strong. She sits next to him.
You think I'm...
Well, I imagine. Well, I imagine everybody does, don't they?
Yes, but they don't usually put a spot in it this fast. Anyway, I don't feel so... Whatever, like it matters.
Are you married?
Married? No, I'm not. No.
That makes 2 of us.
She's not quite sure where this is headed.
So, is it horrible if I stay? I'll be gone before you even wake up. I promise you will never lay eyes again on me again.
No, sure, it's fine. Let me just get you a blanket.
It's in the cupboard there, on top of the scramble.
Min takes out the blanket, an extra pillow, and hands him to Graham.
So why is it that you aren't quite yourself? I'm sort of curious.
Oh, why? Well, because I just, broke up with someone yesterday, and I guess I was feeling that I didn't want to be alone over the holidays, and I thought if I was somewhere else, maybe I wouldn't realize I was alone, but then I got here and I was alone, but then I never felt more alone in my life. Big surprise. But bet you're glad you knocked on this door.
I am, actually.
Yeah, but sorry. Good night.
Sweet
Graham
dreams.
leans over and kisses her, almost routinely.
Sweet dreams.
She digests this. Then,
Do you think would you mind trying that again?
he kisses her again.
Bad?
Weird. I mean, kissing a total stranger.
Really? I do it all the time.
She leans in, kisses him. Something's not working.
Maybe if I shut my eyes.
She shuts her eyes and Graham kisses her closed eyelids, then kisses her on the mouth. Sorry. Amanda's eyes.
You know, given that I'm in a bit of a personal crisis and I find myself in a total stranger's home in a town I can't actually remember the name of, and considering you showed up and you're insanely good looking and really drunk and probably won't remember me anyway, I'm thinking we should have sex if you want.
He looks at her hard.
That's a fantastic proposition.
Yeah, but I'm serious.
So am I.
And not that it matters, but I've never said anything like that in my life. And I have had nearly a bottle of wine myself. And it's just the whole knowing I'll never see you again thing. It's sort of exciting that this vacation is supposed to be, right? You're supposed to vacate your life to the unexpected.
You know, this all sounded really wonderful until I became the cabana boy.
And you're funny, which is a real bonus.
Yes, well, never meet me when I'm sober.
Deal.
He pauses, thinks about that, then kisses her.
Also, I should warn you, I'm not very good at this.
This being...
Sex?
Oh, that can't be true. That can't be true.
I know. Look, it's not like I'm hot, but apparently not. It's what I've been told.
That's harsh.
I agree. Nevertheless, the guy I was living with mentioned it once or twice, and a girl doesn't forget a comment like that. Not even me. But I mean, how bad could someone be? Sex is pretty basic. I mean, am I pretty much talking you out of it?
Strangely, not at all. How do you feel about foreplay?
I think it's overrated. Significantly overrated.
You are quickly becoming one of the most interesting girls I have ever met.
Amanda rises, grabs the wine bottle, and walks to the stereo, turns it on, then walks backwards, facing Graham, leading him into the bedroom. Graham follows her, unbuttoning his shirt as he goes.
Look at you. You're already better than you think.
Exterior, cottage, morning. Smoke drifts from the fireplace. Interior kitchen. Amanda is now in her room, trying to figure out the coffee maker when Graham tentatively enters from the bedroom, fully dressed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
She continues futzing with the coffee maker.
Can I help you with that?
I should know how to do this.
Graham plugs it in.
Ah, you have to plug them in over here.
Graham laughs. They're quite close to each other, in which which makes them a little uncomfortable. Graham opens a cupboard, takes out a bottle of Tylenol, takes two.
Care for one?
I already had 4.
So, Amanda, I just want to...
Yeah, listen, you don't have to worry about a thing here, okay?
Okay.
I mean, it was great meeting you and everything.
Definitely. And just for the record, your ex-boyfriend, in my opinion, quite mistaken about you.
Yeah, well, you were very drunk.
Not that drunk.
Graham's cell phone rings. It's on the table near Amanda. She picks it up.
Sophie,
It says,
sorry.
I'll call her back.
Amanda nods, opens a cupboard, looking for the coffee mug, cups. Graham opens the correct cupboard, hands one to her.
You don't want one?
I should really be going.
Sure.
Listen, I know you don't want to get involved and you're leaving today, and just so you know, I have rather enormous issues of my own, and even if you were staying, I can promise you, you wouldn't for 1 minute like...
You don't have to do this. I'm damaged in this area myself. And anyway, I mean, honestly, we hardly know each other.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that anyway. I just want to assure you you're better off.
Okay?
No need to go, right? Well, I just want to be sure you're okay because I somewhat emotionally dysfunctional at this point in my life, and it seems I tend to hurt women simply by being myself.
I promise you I'm not going to fall in love with you.
Okay. Nicely put. Thank you.
I mean, I know myself. I'm not sure I even fall in love. Not like the way other people do. How's that for something to admit?
Well, like I said, most interesting girl award.
I'm going to try to see that as a compliment.
You should. Okay, so this is refreshing, utter honesty. All right then. So you probably won't be hearing from me because even if you wanted to, which you clearly don't, I have the classic male problem of no follow through, absolutely never remember to call after a date. But as this wasn't a date, I guess I'm off the hook.
Exactly.
But what if I wanted to call you? Right. Well. If your flight is canceled on your change and you change your mind, I'm meeting some friends in the pub in downtown tonight. And if not, then, well, you're lovely.
So are you.
Hey, hug. Interior, Heathrow Airport, later. Canned Christmas music plays as camera finds Amanda at the head of a long line of passengers. She stands across the table from a uniformed guard in latex gloves, routinely feeling the edges of her own suitcase. She watches as he starts to unzip her makeup bag. She closes her eyes and hears and sees the trailer version of her life continuing. Quick cut. Amanda walking the snowy lane with her suitcase. Trailer guy's voice.
She wasn't looking for love.
Quick cut. Amanda opening the door and seeing Graham.
But that doesn't mean it didn't find her.
Quick cut. Amanda and Graham kissing against the bedroom wall. Oh my God. Back to reality. Amanda realizes her suitcase is past inspection. She moves along in line. Cut to a black screen. We hear fumbling, then the buzz of the blinds being raised. We're in Amanda's bedroom in Brentwood. Iris just woke up. As her eyes suggest, she sees her fantastic surroundings and a huge smile crosses her face. She remembers she's happy. She hits a button on the Bose CD player on the night table and Aerosmith blasts through her room. She begins to dance around while still lying under the covers. Her cell phone rings. She lowers the music.
Hello.
Where am I finding you?
Jasper.
Is it okay that I'm calling you?
I guess. How are you?
Could we start with a less complicated question?
What's wrong?
How long are you going to be there?
2 weeks? Why?
I guess I can wait, but I'm having some real problems with this section of my book. I could use some Iris. Would it be awful to send you some pages? Just tell me if it is. I don't want to mess you up, but I know you're the only one that can help me.
Well, I mean, if you need me.
Iris hits the blackout button again, and the blinds start to lower. As she slowly goes into the darkness, their conversation continues.
You know you're my survival kit. Now, honey, I want you to promise me you'll have fun today, all right?
Okay, I'll do my best.
Interior, Surrey pub. England, night. The pub is smoky, noisy, and packed too tight. Graham enters, his face red from the cold scarf around his neck. His eyes scan the place through Amanda. She's not there. He hides his disappointment, then brightens when he finds his friends, a couple his age, at a table in the back. He joins his friend and orders a drink. His friend says something to make him laugh, which he does wistfully. As he takes off his scarf, he looks up and sees Amanda through the crowd, sitting at the bar, watching him. He breaks into a smile. Cut to POV, Brentwood Street, moving late day, from the windshield of Amanda's Prius. GPS.
Left. Get 50 feet.
Thank you very much.
Iris drives, eating potato chips. She turns a corner and passes her elderly neighbor Arthur walking alone. He seems lost. Iris passes him slowly, looks at him in her rearview mirror, and then backs up, gets out, approaches him. She speaks to him as if he's not only old but deaf.
Excuse me, but may I offer you a lift home?
Why, you know where I live?
I believe I do, yes.
Good, then that makes one of us.
Surprised by his sharpness, Iris opens a passenger door, places Arthur's walker in the back seat, then helps Arthur into the front seat. Iris runs to the driver's side, jumps in, starts driving. Arthur removes something from his seat.
Oh, sorry. Movie star map. I was sightseeing all day. Did you know Antonio Banderas, Goldie Hawn, Dustin Hoffman, and Arnold Schwarzenegger all live within a mile of here?
No, I did not.
Well, I don't know if it's true, but it's what the map said. I'm staying at the house right next door to you.
Oh, which one? The brick monstrosity or the one behind the gates no one can see?
I'm in the one behind the gates.
Yeah? How is it back there?
It's beautiful, actually. This is you right here, isn't it?
Iris pulls into Arthur's driveway. He lives in a classic Spanish hacienda with a neatly groomed lawn.
I had no idea I was so close.
Your house is quite lovely. Looks like a little bit like Spielberg's house, but
Smaller?
just a little.
I've lived here 47 years. Back then, there were only 6 houses on this block. Every year, they tear another one down. Not that I blame them. They weren't great to begin with, but that's how I got confused. I didn't recognize one house.
That would be confusing.
What part of England are you from?
Sorry.
Cary Grant was from Surrey.
That's right, he was. How did you know that?
He told me once. Well, I thank you very much, young lady.
Arthur can't find the door handle. Keeps feeling for it.
You're very welcome. Let me help you with that.
Iris runs down to Arthur's side, opens the door, helps him out, hands him his walker, and escorts him up the path toward his house.
Well, this was some meet cute.
Sorry?
It's how 2 characters meet in a movie. Say a man and a woman both need something to sleep in, and both go to the same men's pajama department. The man says to the salesman, I just need bottoms. And the woman says, I just need a top. They look at each other, and that's it. That's the meet cute. Oh, this isn't quite that cute, but
So you're in the film business?
was. Yes, I was. I was a writer.
They arrived at Arthur's front door. Arthur takes out his key. His hand shakes as he tries to get it into the keyhole. Iris watches as he repeatedly tries to insert the key.
I could be here till tomorrow.
Oh, sorry. Let me help you.
Iris takes the key, opens the door, and helps Arthur in. Interior, Arthur's house. Faded 70s decor. Iris peeks through the rooms, sees an office with lots of books, a cluttered desk, an electric typewriter, and sitting in front of a window amongst assorted knickknacks, dusty Oscar. Stunned, Iris turns her attention back to Arthur, who is slowly turning on a lamp.
Well, goodbye then. I enjoyed our meet cute.
I thank you for rescuing me.
Pleasure, absolutely. I hope you don't find this strange, but I've just arrived in town and I don't really know anyone. I was thinking of going to dinner tonight if you're not too busy. Would you like to join me?
Busy? Honey, I haven't been busy since 1978.
Interior, Kate Mentalini. Night. Iris and Arthur sit on a booth by the window mid-meal. Both are drinking beer.
So that was your first job in Hollywood, Louis B. Mayer's office boy. That's amazing.
Actually, my first job was as a Western Union messenger. That's how I met Mayer. I delivered a telegram to his office at MGM. When I walked in, the girls in the office were all in a tizzy. Their office boy didn't show up and the boss was screaming. I volunteered for the job and the next day I was on the payroll. I was 17 years old.
Wow. How long after that did you become a screenwriter?
Well, you got to remember, there was no such thing as film school back then. You learned by being there. I met everybody working in Mayer's office, all the big stars, the directors, but the ones who impressed me were the writers. They were witty, sophisticated guys with huge intellects. Not to mention they got all the great women. So I started writing, and before long I was in the writer's building. They gave me a lovely office, a desk, a secretary, a big Davenport. I never wanted to leave.
So Hollywood really was as great back then as I imagine.
It was better. You know what I've been asking myself all night? Why would a beautiful girl like you go to a stranger's house for her Christmas vacation, and on top of that, spend her Saturday night with an old cocker like me? That's got to be a story.
Oh, because I just wanted to get away from all the people I see all the time. Well, not all the people, one person. I wanted to get away from one guy, one old boyfriend who just got engaged. I forgot to tell me.
So he's a schmuck.
As a matter of fact, he is. How did you know?
He let you go. This is not a hard one to figure out. Iris, in the movies, we have leading ladies and we have the best friend. You, I can tell, are a leading lady, but for some reason you're acting like the best friend.
Arthur, I have been in therapy for 3 years and my daughter has never explained anything to me that well.
Don't live to be my age without learning something. So maybe one day while you're here, I'll take you for a drive and show you the old Hollywood, the one I knew.
Would you really? What about now? Are you too tired?
I haven't been out of the house at this hour in years. Now you want to go for a drive?
Well, only if you want to.
POV of the Sunset Strip, night moving. Billboards for Gucci, iPod, Sky Vodka, Bright and Brash. Iris drives Amanda's car at a steady pace. Arthur sits next to her.
Okay, so look up here on the right. That was the Trocadero, the swankiest of the swank. Black tie every night. I first laid eyes on my wife right there. It was raining. She was standing under an umbrella in a satin dress the color of champagne.
Iris looks over at the spot where the Trocadero was, and she sees an empty parking lot next to Chin Chin. Arthur doesn't seem to see the empty lot as he looks out at it and smiles to himself, driving.
All right, over there, that was Chiro's.
I've heard of that.
Anyone who was anyone went to Chiro's. They had a terrific orchestra, and great fights broke out at Chiro's. Every night ended with a black eye. It was tremendous.
Iris looks over and sees the Comedy Store where Chiro's used to be.
Okay, now this place was owned by the great Preston Sturgis.
Iris looks out at her window and sees Miyagi's, a large Japanese restaurant.
It used to be called the Players Club. He opened it in the summer of 1940, and if he felt like closing down for the night and just entertaining his cronies, that's what he did. To me, this was the hilt.
Arthur stares up at the Players Club and for a split second sees it as it once was. 1940s Packards and caddies lining up the curb, elegantly dressed men and women entering the front door. Iris looks over at Arthur. He realizes he's been daydreaming.
I think that's enough, kid. I'm pooped.
Yeah, me too.
They drive in silence, the neon bouncing off the windshield.
On the way home, we'll take a little detour. I'll show you Bogart's house.
Great.
Exterior, rolling hills, Surrey, early morning. An early mist drifts over the snowy fields. Interior, Iris's little kitchen. This time it's Graham at the coffee maker. He's wearing last night's clothes. He hears a loud clump, an ouch from the bedroom, and then Charlie skids out of the room. Then Amanda stumbles in, looking shipwrecked. She holds onto the door frame.
I haven't had that much to drink in. What am I saying? I've never had that much to drink.
Yes, I believe no one ever has.
Oh, God. The last thing I remember is coming in here last night and
I had nothing to do with that.
oh, but you were here.
I was.
Then I guess we didn't?
We did not.
Oh, thank God. I mean, not thank God, but just thank God because I didn't remember doing it. All I remember is waking up to Charlie licking my toes.
Now that was me, actually.
It was not.
No, it wasn't.
Was not.
Was not. I was kidding, obviously, not very well.
So now, why didn't we? Can you make me a little?
Amanda, call me old-fashioned, but one does not have sex with women who are unconscious.
Unconscious? Oh, God, that must have been attractive. Why did you stay?
Because you asked me to.
Oh, I did. Didn't I? Did I beg at one point?
From the moment I met you, it's been an adventure.
Yes, and I'm deeply sorry about that. I have nothing to say for myself other than I must be temporarily nuts right now. It's the holidays. I'm jet lagged. I'm obviously still reacting to this breakup or meeting you or.
Graham's cell phone rings.
Oh, Olivia. Sorry, I didn't mean to look.
I should probably take this one.
Graham very warmly says hello as he exits out the front door. Amanda watches Graham through the window talking on his cell in the front yard. He's laughing. Amanda can't help but feel a little jealous.
Olivia, Sophie, Amanda, busy guy.
Amanda pours herself a cup of coffee as Graham re-enters.
I think we should go into town.
What do you mean?
I think you should get dressed. We should take a drive, get some lunch, and get to know each other.
Really? Why?
Because I'm running out of reasons why we shouldn't, aren't you?
Interior, Range Rover, moving day. Graham drives. The classic winter landscape of the English countryside whizzes by, a distant castle, rolling hills. Amanda looks over at Graham, and unlike Ethan, he looks back and smiles. Their eyes connect. Exterior, Village Street, moments later. Graham and Amanda walk past the local shops. A young Camilla Parker Bowles type passes by carrying groceries. Graham!
Cynthia! Cynthia!
Cynthia stops, checks Amanda out. Amanda and Graham pass by the butcher shop. The young female butcher can be seen through the window. Both the female butcher and the older female customer turn to see Graham and Amanda pass. Graham nods to them both. The customer reaches on her tippy toes to see them better. Amanda notices.
Very small village.
Another woman, Amanda's age, passes, pushing a toddler in a stroller. Hey, look who's...
Yes, how about that?
The toddler cranes her neck out of the stroller to watch them. Graham grabs Amanda's hand and quickens her pace. At a stoplight, a real knockout sits behind the wheel of her Jaguar XK. She glares at Graham. He waves politely. She gives him the finger. Interior, Graham's Range Rover, driving fast. They're back on the open road.
I have much better place to take you.
Somewhere maybe a little less crowded?
Less crowded and also much more less crowded.
Exterior, Babington House, day. The Range Rover drives down a long country lane bracketed by enormous oak trees. At the end of the lane, a quiet country estate turned country hotel. Interior, Babington House restaurant, day. Amanda and Graham sit across from one another in this idyllic spot. A fire crackles in the fireplace.
So, you're a book editor.
Yes, I am.
In London, I presume?
I commute every day except when I'm actually editing, then I work at home. It's why I live out here. I couldn't live in London anymore and get things done. Too many distractions.
Seems to be there's no shortage of distractions out here.
That's not entirely true.
So what kind of editor are you?
A very mean one.
No, I mean, what I meant was, do you give massive notes or...
Well, the better the writer, the less notes I have to give.
Right. And what did you study in school?
Literature.
Did you always know this is what you wanted to do?
Okay, My palms are starting to sweat. I feel like I'm on a job interview.
I know I'm interrogating you. I'm sorry. I haven't been on a first date in a long time.
Well, since we've already had sex and slept together twice, I think we can bend the first date rules. Why are you blushing?
Didn't know I was blushing. I think maybe I'm going to try to be myself with you. It's never easy. Gonna try.
She takes a deep breath.
Okay, we're doing well. Now, what was the question? Oh, did I always know I wanted to be a book editor? The answer is yes. Yes, I did. My family's in publishing. My father's a writer of historical fiction, and my mother was into this day a very important editor at Random House.
Wow, so you grew up with a busy, important working mom.
Yes, I did. She's very formidable. Maybe the best there is at the job and doesn't let you forget it.
Are your parents still together?
My parents are not only still together, they are still madly in love. Hideously so.
Why hideously so?
Because honestly, it borders on obscene. They're old and they've been spotted making out while walking the dogs. They call each other 10 times a day. They set the bar very high when it comes to relationships and commitment, which could explain my sister in love with a man who does not even appreciate her, and of course, my disastrous romantic life. Okay, I believe your time is up. Your turn.
Well, like I said the other night, I own a company that does movie advertising.
I didn't realize you owned the company.
That's because I probably didn't mention it, but now I know you were raised by such a strong working mother, I can say it and maybe you won't be intimidated by it.
No, I'm still a little intimidated by it.
Well, a little is way ahead of the curve.
What about your family?
Well, my parents broke up when I was 15. It was, at the very least, the defining event in my life. I'm just an only child and I didn't see it coming. We were very close. We called ourselves the Three Musketeers. And then one night after dinner, my parents sat me down and told me they were breaking up. I thought they were kidding, and then I saw the suitcase out of the corner of my eye in the hallway, and my dad moved out that night. I think I cried myself to sleep for 6 months, and then I realized I had to toughen up, so I refused to let myself cry, and sort of haven't cried since. I also haven't been thought of that packed suitcase maybe ever.
You haven't cried since you were 15. Really?
I know it must mean something awful, and I try, but it's like something just permanently shut off in there. Anyway, my dad's remarried and my mom's still single, and of course she's very strong, and this has had an effect on me. Obviously, I'm still talking about it 17 years later. Can we talk about you some more?
Yes, obviously. Okay, well, I cry all the time.
You do not.
Yes, I do. I cry more than any woman you've ever met.
You don't have to be this nice.
I happen to be telling the truth. A good book, a great film, the opera. I more than cry, I weep. I'm a major weeper. It's pathetic, is what it is. Strangers have made fun of me.
Amanda softens, and as the music begins, we dissolve through to the rest of their meal. Their conversation is lively and warm, dissolved to later, and Graham moves his seat from across the table to next to Amanda on the banquette. Later, they walk the snow-covered grounds, sit on a snow-covered hillside, lean back, and kiss, the snow creating a blanket underneath them. Exterior, at Iris's cottage, late day. The Range Rover pulls up to the cottage. Interior, Range Rover.
You're right. This was a great idea. You don't have to walk me in. I mean, it's freezing and
You could just say you don't want me to come in.
It's not that. I'm tired. I think I'm gonna take a nap, and it's not that.
Okay, I'll pretend I believe you.
Graham, I'm leaving in 9 days, and this makes this complicated, and I'm not sure I can handle complicated right now.
Graham nods. She kisses him. He holds back. She kisses him again.
And that doesn't make it complicated.
Sex makes everything complicated. Even when you're not having it, makes things complicated.
Which is why it's usually better to have it some way. Okay, it's bloody freezing.
He turns the car back on.
I know, I'm gonna sleep in my coat and possibly my boots.
We're back to being awkward with each other. Did you see this coming?
Ugh. Graham, you're a book editor from London. I make trailers in LA. A long distance relationship would just baffle me, and I do find you really attractive and sexy. Incredibly attractive and sexy.
Yes, well, saying it twice helps. Well, I'm off to work in the morning. I promise I won't be drunk and banging on your door anytime soon.
Do I have your number?
I'm in the directory.
Great. And you obviously have the number here, so we'll see each other, okay? We'll figure something out.
Good.
Amanda gets out of the car, shivers, making him laugh, then runs into the house. Graham sits there, thinking. Over, we see a doorbell, and a door opens in LA, and Miles is on the other side of it, holding a FedEx package.
Hello. Bad timing.
Iris on the other side of the door, happy to see him.
Oh, no, come on in. Hi.
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm good.
This FedEx was leaning on the gate from London, England.
Oh, a friend of mine is writing a book and I give him notes sometimes.
Inside the FedEx are about 20 typed pages with a note card paper clipped on the front. Insert the note card, Jasper Bloom Stationery, but the card is blank. Iris turns the card over, also blank. Iris pales a bit, then places the package on the table. Miles hears voices from the kitchen.
You have company?
Oh, I'm having a little Hanukkah party.
What, did you join a temple since I last saw you?
My neighbor next door knew I didn't know anyone here, so he wanted to introduce me to some of his friends, and somehow it turned into a Hanukkah thing. Come on in.
All right. I can get my dreidel on.
Interior, kitchen. Arthur and two of his friends, Ernie and Norman, both around 80, sit around the table. The men look sharp. Martha, the Mexican housekeeper, makes latkes at the cooktop. Miles and Iris enter. The boys quiet down.
This is Miles.
Kendall.
Miles Kendall. Arthur Abbott.
Oh, Arthur Abbott. What a thrill to meet you. I didn't know you lived around here.
That's code for you didn't know I was still alive.
It's not true. I absolutely knew you were alive. I just didn't know you lived in the neighborhood. It's a privilege to meet you.
Ardley shakes Arthur's hand. Arthur notices the way Iris looks at Miles.
You gonna join us?
Oh, Arthur, no. He's just here to pick up a laptop.
Actually, I'd love to. I mean, if you have enough.
Iris opens her mouth, but Arthur answers.
You got plenty. Sit next to Iris.
Cut to Hanukkah candles. Down to almost nothing. A good time is being had by all. Miles is enthralled and refilling everyone's wine glasses. All the guys, including Miles, are smoking cigars.
Don't listen to them. They're nuts.
So you're saying you weren't a ladies' man?
Never. I married very young.
Yes, because he had the greatest girl in town, and he had to marry her to take her off the market. Everyone loved Marion. She was fun, smart as a whip, greatest laugh.
Wait, what did he say? She had the greatest ass.
Greatest laugh.
Well, her ass wasn't so bad either.
Miles and Iris exchange a laugh.
She had real gumption. She was the girl I always wrote.
Iris is touched by that.
What about you, Miles? You're a man about town, I presume?
Oh no. No, gents, I sadly am not. I'm just a one woman at a time kind of guy. I've been dating a beautiful actress for about 8 months. I didn't know what she sees in me, but I know I'm the luckiest guy in the world to know her.
Iris tries not to react. I mean, she hardly knows the guy.
Oh, she's an actress. What's she been in? Anything I would have seen?
She hasn't done that much yet. She was a girl in a cafeteria in Mean Girls, a cigarette girl in The Aviator.
Where is she tonight?
He's half dead and he's still interested.
He said cigarette girl. I'm curious. He's with us. Where is she?
Again, Arthur takes note of Iris's interest.
She's on location in New Mexico, working on a little indie film. She'll be there for about 10 days.
Well, her loss is our gain. Fellas, I think we should leave these young folks and get back to our bedpans.
Norman, you're calling me for pinochle, huh? Give me one.
I got your cell. I'll be in touch.
Interior foyer. A little later, Iris opens the door for Miles, who holds Ethan's laptop and some tin-foiled leftovers.
Totally great night. You know, Arthur Abbott is maybe the last of the great Hollywood writers from that generation. They're like famous things we say because he wrote them.
I know. He told me that his friends wrote Casablanca, but he added the kid to his Looking at You kid.
Hello, which totally makes the line.
Absolutely. Here's Looking at You, Ilsa.
Not so memorable.
He's so modest. He gave me this long list of old movies I had to see, none written by him, of course. I saw a couple today. They were fantastic.
Maybe we can see one together sometime.
That would be great.
A warm wind from outside blows towards them.
Okay, so then I'll call you. The brisket was great. Loved the latkes. Great hanging with you. Sorry, didn't mean to kiss you twice. Didn't mean to linger.
No problem.
Miles exits, facing more wind.
Crazy weather.
I know.
Iris feels her cheek where Miles kissed her. She closes the door, looks at Jasper's pages, lifts them up, then changes her mind and places them back on the table. Interior. Amanda's large, luxurious bathroom.
Go.
Interior. Amanda's large, luxurious bathroom. Minutes later, Iris runs a bath. She looks at Amanda's assortment of bath products. Anti-stress bath oil, stress relief sea salts, stress less mineral bath, breathe tranquil bubbling bath, relaxing bath salts, and calming body cleanser. Iris puts little in of each.
Thank you, Amanda.
Hot, steamy water rushing out of a tub faucet. A hand turns it off. We are in Iris's tiny bathroom. Night. Amanda lies in Iris's tiny tub. It's so small, it's impossible to stretch out in it. It's quiet. Then,
I'm not sure I can handle complicated. God, I could be such an asshole.
Amanda Woods.
Shut up.
She pushed every guy away, every time. It's not will she ever change, but does she want to?
Ugh!
big splash as Amanda gets out of the tub. Exterior, country house, night. The Mini Cooper pulls into the gravel drive of this beautiful, warmly lit house in Parks. Amanda steps out wearing 4-inch heels and a chic coat. She reaches into the car for some bottle of wine and a baguette and some gourmet goodies. She heads to the front door, gathering her strength. She notices smoke coming out of the chimney. Knock, knock. Amanda stands at the door. No one answers. She rings the bell, licks her lips, and she's a little nervous. She hears music coming from inside. Then, suddenly, there he is. Graham. answers the door, shirt tail out, hair a bit messed.
Surprise!
Yes, it is. Hi.
Graham eases the door closed so that nothing can be seen behind him.
Hi. So I was home doing nothing and thinking you could realized a little complication never hurt anyone. And then I thought maybe this isn't complicated at all. And I thought how silly it was of me that we were in each of our houses alone, 5 miles apart. And also, I wanted to apologize. I am really sorry for not inviting you in this afternoon. I don't know what I said was about, but exactly, but whatever it was, I thought I should get over it and try to. You're not alone, are you?
No, I'm not actually. I'm sorry.
No, don't be. I shouldn't have just. Oh man, seriously, don't worry about this. This was just me being stupid.
With that, the door opens up a bit, and standing at Graham's side is a precious 5-year-old little girl. Who is it, Daddy?
Daddy?
Yes, I am Daddy. Amanda, this is my daughter, Sophie. Sophie, this is a friend of mine, Amanda.
How do you do?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Do you want to come in? With that, the door pushes open even more. An adorable 4-year-old little girl holding a blanket stands next to her sister.
Record on this computer.
Okay. Daddy, who is this?
This is Amanda. Amanda, my youngest, Olivia.
Sophie, Olivia.
Olivia extends her little hand. Amanda, stunned, shakes it.
Your hand is cold.
Sorry, I'm a little cold.
Dad?
Sorry, yes, of course, come in.
Interior house. A big Christmas tree with tons of kids' ornaments sits on the large, warm living room. A family lives there. Amanda enters, a bit dazed by it all. Confused and starting to feel horrified, she looks around for a wife.
Can we still have hot chocolate, please?
Yes,
With baby marshmallows?
yes,
Dad, take a coat.
yes, may I?
Sure, thanks. Are you married? Tell me fast.
No.
Amanda takes off her coat to reveal a drop-dead, gorgeous, low-cut, sexy dress. Olivia, Sophie, and Graham just stare at her. Olivia giggles.
I know I'm a bit overdressed.
I love that dress. It's gorgeous.
You look like my Barbie.
Oh, thanks.
Is that for us?
Yes, but sorry about the wine.
He'll drink it, don't worry.
Yes, the idiot will drink it.
Sophie takes the wine and things from Amanda. The girls dig through the bag to see what she's brought.
I apologize for not mentioning this earlier.
Your DIOVORCED?
WIDOWER.
Amanda sighs. The girls turn around to see what caused the reaction.
Amanda, are you by any chance all into hot chocolate?
The
As a
girls
matter of fact, I'm totally into it.
Interior kitchen. The 3 girls sit at the table as Graham fixes mugs of hot chocolate, topping each mug off with tiny marshmallows. He's very handy in the kitchen, very at ease. The girls' artwork hangs all over the cabinets.
Olivia, it's hot. Blow on it.
Olivia immediately starts to sip it.
Blow on it.
Amanda watches how great they are together. Graham takes a cup to Sophie.
You too, Soph.
She has more marshmallows than me.
No, she doesn't. You each 5. You have 5 too.
I only ate carbs.
What's that?
Hmm?
Carbs. What does that mean?
Oh, it's all the stuff I eat. I never eat because I don't want to get. You know what? Who cares? I'm just gonna go for it.
Amanda takes a sip, slurps a marshmallow, and gets chocolate mustache. The girls laugh.
What? Do I have something on my lip? I don't, do I?
She takes another sip, purposely making it worse. The girls crack up. Graham smiles, appreciating her humoring the kids. Amanda wipes her mouth as Olivia climbs into Graham's lap and she climbs onto him. She places her hand on Graham's face.
Comfortable?
Blow on mine.
Do you think there's a chance you won't spill this on me?
With that, Olivia tips her hot chocolate and some of it spills on Graham's pants.
Ah, thank you. Excellent timing.
I was a big spiller when I was a little girl.
She's the worst.
Because she can't sit still. Ouch.
You were like me.
I was. I thought I was the biggest spiller ever.
Do you spill now?
Sometimes, because sometimes you can't just help it, right?
She wobbly brings her cup to her mouth. Everyone laughs.
Dad, do Mr. Napkin Head.
No. We do not do Mr. Napkin Head for company.
Do it, please.
Ouch, girls, calm down.
Please.
Okay, if you set it down, I'll do it. Thank you.
Olivia grabs him and kisses him.
It's not yet, Travis.
Oh, it's too early. I couldn't see the damn receiver.
You're welcome, Daddy. Now do it.
Amanda, may I have your napkin, please?
Amanda grabs Graham her cloth napkin and he places it over his head, covering his face. Then he turns glasses out of his pocket and places them on his eyes over the napkin. No smoke! Graham picks up a spoon and holds it like a cigarette, placing it in his mouth through the napkin and simulates smoke on the girl's lap. He scratches his head. Everybody screams from the kids. He pulls off the napkin, a little humiliated. Everyone applauds.
You can take it off now, Daddy. Now do it again.
Seriously, you can take it off.
Thank you.
Now do it again.
I totally lost our spot. Do it again? Are you crazy? It's home enough that I did it once.
Amanda laughs. Amanda, guess what? I have a dress of clothes.
You do?
So do I. And we have a tent too. Do you want to see our tent?
Girls, we will not ask Amanda to crawl in the tent.
You don't like tents?
Interior of the girls' bedroom, upstairs. A large tent made out of blankets is constructed between girls' twin beds. Amanda, Graham, and the girls stand in the doorway.
This is seriously cool.
Interior, tent. The girls enter with ease. Then Graham enters, bent over, then Amanda enters barefoot. Hold on, we need an extra pillow.
Lie down. Lie down.
Okay.
On the floor are blankets and pillows. Sophie enters with one more pillow, hands it to Amanda. It's obvious the children are enamored with her. You can use my pillow.
Oh, thank you.
Lie down.
Can you please stop being so bossy?
Lie down, please, next to me.
The four of them lie down side by side inside the tent. The grown-ups lie together, book-ended by the girls. A small lamp lights the inside of the tent, giving it an amber glow. On the ceiling of the tent are stars and a moon cut out of construction paper. Everyone lies there silently for a beat. Sophie burps.
Very nice.
Excuse me.
This is an exceptionally great tent.
Yeah, it's got something, doesn't it?
It's cozy.
Yeah. Who cut out all the beautiful stars?
We did.
The Three Musketeers.
Amanda reacts to that. Graham's hand nests next to Amanda's. He almost holds her hand but doesn't.
Amanda,
Yes.
you smell good.
Do I?
Yes, I love perfume, but he won't let me wear it.
Because you already smell good, so do you, by the way.
But I'm older, so I guess I'm allowed.
Exactly.
I like your eyeshadow
Thank you.
and your lipstick.
Oh, thanks. It's new.
What's it called?
I think it's called Berry Kiss.
Olivia places her finger on Amanda's mouth, touches it, then places her finger on her own and rubs on.
It looks good on you.
Sophie checks her out. Olivia smiles.
No, if you want to sleep over, that would be okay. We could push our beds together. It can be really fun.
That's so sweet of you to invite me, but maybe another time? Would that be all right?
Yes.
Olivia lies back down, touches Amanda's head.
We never have grown-ups here that are girls.
I know.
I really like it.
Me too. No one says anything as they all continue looking up at the construction paper stars. Interior, living room, Graham's house. A little later, Amanda waits. Graham comes down the stairs.
I can't imagine anyone making a bigger hit with my children than they want to play dress up with you, do your hair, wear your shoes. They're already imitating your laugh.
They're great, Graham.
Thank you. Sophie has unfortunately taken on the role as my protector. She's brilliant, but I hate when she worries about me. And Olivia's going to be a real ball buster, which I must admit I love about her.
I'm just trying to figure out why you didn't tell me about them.
Because I just don't ever tell women about them.
You think I should know your parents make out walking dogs, but not to know you're a widower with 2 kids?
I was actually thinking of telling you earlier today, which were when we were having lunch.
And?
Why didn't I? Right, well, I don't know. Something strange seems to happen when women find out I'm a widower with 2 little girls. It's some kind of weird aphrodisiac, and it messes up. And with you, I really didn't want to play the poor me card.
But it's confusing since you're the one who wanted to go out to lunch and to get to know each other.
I have no defense except that until I know someone really well, it's easier for me to be just normal single guy because it's way too complicated to be who I really am. Because I am, in fact, anything but normal. I'm a full-time dad. I'm a working parent. I'm a mother and a father. I'm a guy who reads parenting books and cookbooks before I go to sleep. I spend my weekends buying tatas, and I'm learning to sew. I'm on some kind of constant overload, so I find it helps to compartmentalize my life just until I figure out this. And so far, that's been all right. Not that I see that many women, contrary to what you may think. This past weekend, the girls were with their grandparents, and when they are gone, I get to pretend I'm someone else, someone without hot chocolate spilled on their trousers. I don't know how to date and be this. And then there's the possibility that I'm petrified of what another person will do to whom we are, and how we get from one day to the next. I feel I'm a guy who can't make a mistake.
Amanda takes that in and wonders if she could qualify as a mistake.
So I guess, given our weird thing, I'm sort of get you not telling me.
I didn't think I couldn't introduce my kids to someone I may never see again.
Right. I'm just someone you had sex with once and slept with twice.
Actually, I thought I was just someone you had sex with once and slept with twice.
I think we just went way past complicated.
Well, like you said, I'm a book editor from London. You're a movie trailer maker from LA. We're worlds apart. I have a cow in the backyard.
You have a cow?
Yes, I sew and I have a cow. How's that for hard to relate to?
Pretty up there.
Exactly, which I believe may disqualify me from winning Bachelor of the Month.
They both wait for the other to say something to make this better.
Well, anyway, thank you for being so sweet with the kids. I think it was opening for all three of us because they're absolutely right. We never do have grown-ups here. They're all girls.
I had fun.
Good, your visit may be the first step in putting my odd little life together. So really, thank you.
Glad I could help.
Exterior house. Graham walks Amanda to her car. He's in his shirt sleeves. She's in her coat. Amanda turns to him.
Graham, I'm glad I came over.
Graham hugs her, holds her close, but doesn't kiss her. The moment is broken when from behind the house they hear a moo.
Told you.
They break apart. Amanda smiles, hesitates, then gets in the car. Close on an upstairs window where Sophie watches Amanda drive off. Interior, Graham's living room. Moments later, Graham picks up some toys, turns out lights. Upstairs, he's round the corner, picks up Olivia's little socks and shoes, then enters his bedroom where Sophie lies in his bed under the covers. Amanda's not going to sleep over, is she?
Probably not.
I was wondering what she would make us for breakfast. I bet it'd be good.
Well, she's just here on vacation. I don't think we'll get a chance to find out.
Too bad. You know why?
Why?
I think she has potential.
So do I.
Interior, Iris's bedroom. Night, Amanda in her pajamas dives into the cold bed. She lies there under the duvet, tries to cry. She tries really hard. Nothing comes. She gives it her all. Nothing. Checks her watch, reaches for her cell, dials, waits. Then...
Sorry, I spilled wine on the carpets. Dr. Grinstein. Hi, it's Amanda. I'm in England. God, I know I shouldn't have called and told you I was leaving, but it was all very last minute. I wanted to tell you I met a guy. He's maybe a great guy. He is a widower and has two adorable little girls. He's really different and well, you know how it can be sometimes. It's hard for me to expose myself, as you say. Well, with him, I'm fighting it, yet I don't seem to be doing any better, and I'm not sure any of this actually matters, because I mean, I give you what he needs, and we both know that anyway, and sort of puts a break on things. And tonight, but you know how I said I never fall for nice? Well, he's maybe the nicest guy I've ever met, and he's so nice, almost maternal. So you're right, all men aren't schmucks, and I've had to come to another continent to find that out. Anyway, he's got his own stuff to work out, and I do like him, and he's really ill, and he's talking about sewing lessons and cows, and how sweet is that? And okay, well, I hope you get this message, and you can try me back on my cell. Thanks.
Exterior, Amanda's house. Another day, a bright, beautiful day in Southern California. The gardener is clipping the roses, the front door opens, and Iris exits.
Good morning, Jesus.
Morning.
The wind blows.
Santa Ana's.
Long time now.
Using the clicker, Iris opens the gate as Martha, the housekeeper, enters past her.
Hey, Marta.
Buenos dias, Iris. Iris reaches up and picks up an orange off the orange tree. Iris sees the mail truck at Arthur's, scoots over to it.
I'll take it to him.
Iris knocks on Arthur's open door.
Hello.
Interior, Arthur's house. Arthur is in his office behind his desk reading the Los Angeles Times with a magnifying glass. Iris enters holding up his mail.
Good morning.
I counted. 9 movies are opening today. I remember when 9 movies would open in a month. Half the movies I wrote would never have had a chance in today's world. Now a picture has to make a killing in the first weekend or they're dead. This is supposed to be conducive to great work. What if every book had to be read in one weekend, or every painting had to be seen the day it was hung in the museum? Who knew movies would turn into a sporting event?
Have you always been this feisty?
I may have slowed down a little, but yes, you gotta fight the fight, kid.
Can I open a window in here? It's very beautiful outside.
I don't think the window's open in here.
Iris tries to open one. It's difficult, but she manages to pry it open, then opens the next. She leans over Arthur's Oscar, touches it when he's not looking.
I like that Miles, by the way.
Yes, he's very nice.
He's got eyes for you.
No, he doesn't. He's got a gorgeous girlfriend, as he told you.
And the first night she's out of town, who does he go visit?
He was picking up a laptop. Do you want your mail?
I'm just saying. A girl on a mission such as yourself may want to pay attention to a thing like that.
Gas company, phone bill. You got a letter from the Writers Guild of America West.
Arthur takes a look at the Writers Guild of America envelope and tosses it in the trash.
Are you watching the movies I recommended?
Yes, I love them. Irene Dunn is fantastic.
Gumption.
Yes, tons of it. Arthur, you don't want to open that letter you just threw out?
No, they keep writing me about the same thing.
Looks important.
It's not. They want to do some kind of tribute to me, an evening with me. I don't know, it sounds god-awful.
What do you mean? That sounds brilliant.
Would you like to walk out into a stage on a walker looking 100 years old and see 11 schnooks who showed up to see you? They can forget it. I mean, it's very nice. One little old lady in the office probably just found out I'm still alive and said, oh, let's give him a night. But no, I ain't falling for this. Now what's up?
I wanted to know if you wanted to take a little walk, but now I have a better idea.
What, we should go for a jog?
Arthur, is anything wrong with you? I mean, physically wrong with you?
Oh, I'm just plain old. Too old.
So if you were in better shape, you could do this Writers Guild thing, right?
Honey, at my age, you don't get in better shape.
May I? An evening with Arthur Abbott. Arthur, they want to do this soon. I bet with a little exercise, you could walk out there on your own and maybe I could go with you as a date or something.
I would take you proudly, but darling, I'm not going. Anyway, how would you propose to get me in shape? Seriously.
Exterior, Amanda's pool day. Arthur and Iris walking side by side in the pool. They reach one side.
All right, we did it. Now back.
Iris turns and keeps walking as Arthur slips under the water. Interior, Amanda's home gym. Later, Arthur is on the recumbent bike. He's not pedaling.
Now go.
I am.
Interior, Amanda's kitchen. Later, Iris and Arthur in their sweats are drinking orange juice. When Arthur is not looking, Iris moves his walker to where he can't reach it. Arthur finishes his juice and, unbeknownst to him, walks perfectly to his walker.
Nice walking, kid.
Interior, Amanda's bedroom that night. Iris sits in front of the laptop. We hear the English, "You've got mail." Iris spots an email from Jasper. She hesitates, sits up straight, braces herself, then opens it.
Who, what, where, when, and me?
Iris isn't quite sure how to answer that. Fortunately, the phone rings.
Hello.
So are you coming home?
Hi.
interior train, moving, London, night. Graham sits in a window seat on the train going back home after a day's work. A stack of Christmas presents sit next to him.
How's it going? You having fun?
I met a really nice guy.
See, and you said you never. What's he like?
He's really cute. He's funny, very smart and successful. I feel great when I'm with him, which is an entirely new experience, and he's about 85 years old.
Come on.
Oh, you know how I can pick him. Well, he's my next door neighbor. Well, Amanda's next door neighbor. By the way, have you met Amanda yet?
Yes, I have actually.
Oh dear, can you hold? Call waiting. I'll be right back. Hold on, I really want to talk to you.
Iris pushes the flash button.
Hello?
Iris, hi, it's Amanda.
Oh, hi, how are you? How's it going?
It's going great. How's everything with you?
Oh, I'm loving it. Your house is amazing. It's still in one piece, I might add. Can you just hold on for a sec? My brother is on the other line.
Graham?
Yes, he said you met.
Yes, we did meet. How is he?
Fine, I think. Can you hold for a sec?
Sure.
Okay, thanks. Hi, sorry, that was Amanda.
How did she sound? How's she doing?
She just asked me how you are, actually.
What did you say?
I asked her to hold. Can I call you back?
I'll hold while you speak to her.
Really?
Find out how she is.
Okay. My brother wants to know how you are. How are you? Have you been ill?
No, I'm fine. Can you tell him I'm good? Just taking Charlie for a walk down Main Street. What's he been up to? Did he say?
I'm not sure. Do you want me to ask him?
Sure.
Okay, hold please. I cannot believe you had sex with the woman staying in my house.
He told you that?
Oh, God, no. I'm sorry. I thought I was talking to Graham. Oh, please. I'm terribly sorry. I cannot believe you had sex with Amanda. She's been there 4 days. The woman's on the rebound, probably totally fragile. The one thing she asked me was, are there any money on your town? I assured her there weren't. And you meet her and immediately get into her knickers. Have you no sensitivity?
Still me.
Bollocks. Oh, I guess I lost him. Amanda, I'm so... can you hold a sec? I'm so sorry. Hello?
Is she still on the other line?
I cannot believe you already had sex with her. I'm so embarrassed.
I can't believe she told you, and why are you embarrassed?
No one had to tell me. It's just you both asked how each other are so many times. I can only assume you've already had sex and for some reason aren't speaking.
Did she say we're not speaking?
No, Graham.
Good. No, I think we're just not seeing as much of each other. How much longer is she here, or are you there? When does she leave?
Promise me you won't humiliate me. Another 8 days, I think. Be nice to her, Graham. She sounds great, and she's got this amazingly beautiful house.
Really? Amazingly beautiful?
Yes, with a media room, a gym, a gorgeous pool, gates. Look, I don't want to keep her waiting, but she wanted to know what you were up to.
Just about to get off the train and go home to the girls.
Okay, I'll tell her. Everything okay otherwise? Girls are good?
They're great. They miss you. I'll call you soon and say hi to Amanda for me. Or don't, whatever you feel better. No, say hi.
Oh, God.
Sorry, I happen to like her. Perplexing as that is for me.
Well, then you should call her. Take it from me. Women don't understand the not calling thing. We hate it. We hate it more than you'll ever know. More than hate.
Yes, but I don't think she wants to call. I'm pretty sure she doesn't.
Graham, I gotta go.
What exactly is a media room?
I'm sorry. Are you still there?
Yes, sorry. I'm in your car now, on the way home.
You drove into town?
You don't?
No, I do, all the time, yes. Well, my brother's just getting off the train from London on his way home to the girls. He wanted me to make sure I said hello, and I'm sorry about what I said before. Obviously, I didn't realize I was speaking to you, and I apologize for my brother if he's done anything stupid. He's a good guy, down deep. not even down deep. He's a good guy on every level. He's a phenomenal father, and he's had a rough time these last couple of years, so try to forgive him if he's been a twat.
No, he's been great. I'm sure I've been much more than a twit, actually.
Knowing him, I doubt that, so stay well, okay?
I will, definitely. You too.
Amanda hangs up and watches Graham pull away from the station. Back in LA, the phone rings. Iris picks it up.
Yes, hello?
Miles,
Oh, Miles, hi!
what are you up to?
I was actually just going to Blockbuster to get the next movie on Arthur's list.
You want some company?
Love some.
Interior, Blockbuster, San Vicente Boulevard, night. Iris puts on a little more makeup, some perfume, a snug sweater. She walks the aisles looking at the videos. Miles enters carrying 2 ice-blended mochas from Coffee Bean.
I brought you the best drink in town. Didn't you know if you liked whipped cream or just like... So I told them just like a little squirt. You look great, by the way.
Thanks.
Really, really great.
Thanks. I'm feeling good. Been working out with Arthur. What?
No, that must be an awesome workout. I'm sorry, I'm just trying not to picture it.
Okay, the workout's not that great, but the conversation is... Please stop laughing. The conversation is fantastic.
That I totally believe.
As they make their way across the store, Miles pauses, picks up the body heat video.
Yeah, you ever see this?
I don't think so.
Oh, great score by John Barry. Just oozed sex. Yeah, you know, love Batman. Very pure, very dark, very Wagnerian. Oh, here we go. Chariots of Fire. Chariots of Fire took electronic synthesized scores to a whole new level. One of my top 5 faves, Chinatown, Jerry Goldsmith. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown, Killer. Driving Miss Daisy, Hans, very unexpected. Remember how great it was? Okay, here we go. You know, with the great melody. Forrest Gump, sort of perfect. You gotta check this out sometime. It's so genius. It comes from a whole other place. Okay, so you can sing this one. It's the most memorable movie theme ever. And what's brilliant is it makes you laugh whenever you hear it. You know. See, even gets a laugh in Blockbuster.
Miles looks up and catches something out the window. He sees his girlfriend, Maggie, who's supposed to be in Santa Fe, walking arm in arm with a very cute older guy.
What?
Iris looks up and sees Maggie just as Miles takes off, exiting the store. Iris stays and watches from inside. Through the store window, Iris sees Miles call Maggie's name. Maggie turns and dies at being caught. Miles walks to her. Iris sees Maggie getting upset and starting to explain. Then the new boyfriend joins her and starts doing the talking. Miles looks at Maggie, hoping she'll stop the guy, but she doesn't. Interior, Amanda's living room, immediately following. Miles flops down on the sofa, wiped.
Ugh. Why do I always fall for the bad girl?
You didn't know she was a bad girl?
I knew she wasn't good. Do you have anything like a little stronger?
Here's some vodka.
No, thanks. The question is, why am I attracted to a girl I know isn't good?
Because you're hoping you're wrong, and every time she does something that tells you she's no good, you ignore it, and every time she comes through and surprises you, she wins you over, and you lose that argument with yourself and that she's not for you.
Exactly. And on top of that, there's the old standby. I can't believe a girl like that would actually be with a guy like me.
I think a guy like you is a pretty rare find.
I'm not, believe me. You know what she said tonight? She said she finished in Santa Fe after 2 days and has been staying with whatever his name was, which means she's been right here in town, which means when I spoke to her this morning on her cell and she said, I'm looking out my window and it's snowing, she was in Santa Monica. What did she do? Go to weather.com? It must have had them both scream with laughter. Meanwhile, I sent her a Christmas gift to Santa Fe yesterday. Still in line at FedEx so she'd get it in on time. Ah, she's a cheat and a liar, and I'm stuck in love with her.
Iris hands him the entire vodka bottle.
I'm such a colossal loser. Look, I don't want to ruin your Christmas. You don't have to listen to this.
It's okay. I like the company.
Did you see me talking to her tonight?
I did.
You know, I didn't really give her a chance to explain. Maybe she was going to tell me it was all a stupid mistake. Maybe I went too nuts and now she thinks she can't call me.
It didn't look like you went that nuts.
Didn't? You think she knows she can call me?
I'm sure she does.
Miles takes out his cell, checks for messages.
What about some food? Are you hungry at all?
You know, this isn't the first time this has happened to me. Girls have been dumping on me one way or another my entire life, which is what made Maggie so extra sweet. Though I finally hit the jackpot. Thought that I did. You would never do a thing like that to a guy, would you?
Me? No, I wouldn't actually, no.
Of course not. You're like all about being good. You radiate good.
Which is apparently a really big turn on.
It should be.
Yeah, in fantasy land. Look, I'm gonna fix us some fettuccine. Does that sound good?
Miles just sits there, dazed.
I know it's hard to believe people when they say, I know how you feel, but I actually know how you feel. I was seeing someone back in London. We work at the same paper, and then I found out he was also seeing this other girl, Sarah, from the circulation department on the 19th floor. A person you'd never suspect he'd even know or be interested in. Turns out he wasn't in love with me like I thought or wanted to believe. Seems I actually had it all wrong, and maybe he was her boyfriend all along. Anyway, I understand feeling as small and as insignificant as humanly possible, and how it can actually ache in places you didn't know you had inside. And no matter how many new haircuts you get or gyms you join or how many glasses of Chardonnay you drink with your girlfriends, you still go to bed going over every detail and wonder what you could have done wrong or how you could have gotten it so wrong and how in the hell you could think you were that happy. And sometimes you even convince yourself that he'll see the light and show up at your door. But after all that, however long all that is, you'll go someplace new and meet people that make you feel worthwhile again. And all that fuzzy stuff and those years of your life will eventually begin to fade.
Well, fuck. You need this more than I do. That's what you're doing here. You're getting over somebody.
Yes. This is me in good shape.
Is this the guy who sent you pages from his novel?
Yeah, that's him. He needs me.
So he stays in touch?
All the time.
So that makes it impossible to forget him, which is great for him, but sucks for you.
See how great your life is compared to mine?
Okay, let's go. I'm making you some fettuccine. It's Christmas Eve, and we're going to celebrate being young and being alive.
Miles, you really are an incredibly decent man.
Ah, I know. Always been my problem.
Cut to pasta on a plate, and Amanda is carrying it to the couch in Iris's house, where she snuggles under a blanket in front of the fire, deep into a book. A small tinseled Christmas tree sits on the corner. Charlie lies on the couch and puts his bed on Amanda's stomach. Amanda takes a dog biscuit out of her pocket and routinely feeds it to him. Exterior, boardwalk, Venice sunset. Iris and Arthur walk slowly side by side, chatting up a storm. Iris carries Arthur's walker. Interior, Amanda's media room, night. Alone in the dark, Iris smiles as she watches the spirited Carol Lombard in Nothing Sacred.
Exterior, English countryside day, rolling hills as far as you can see. Amanda walks along the road carrying her groceries. She's on her cell and we hear her say, "What's going on at the office?" Interior, train, moving night. Graham is on the train working on the manuscript. A woman passes who from the back looks like Amanda. Graham loses his concentration. Interior, Neiman Marcus, Beverly Hills day. Arthur is having a new suit fitted. Iris watches, then Miles steps in with directions for the tailor. Interior, Lens Crafters day. Arthur sits in front of the mirror in his two big glasses from the 80s. Miles hands him a pair of the 21st century. He tries them on and Iris whistles. Interior, Miles' house, Hollywood Hills, night. Miles sits at his keyboard. Iris enters with 2 mugs of tea.
Okay, here it is, Arthur's theme song. We give him a CD with this tune, and every time he hears it, it gives him the confidence that he can walk out there. You ready? All right, here we go. Little Arthur in the night.
It sounds like him.
I also wrote one that sounds like you.
You did.
Iris, if you were a melody, I only use the good notes. 'Cause there's And Iris lives next door to Scooby-Doo, Arthur, and a Scribbly-Dee. And
He's a scroodly-doo.
Scroodly-Doo, that's it. And a Scroodly-Doo. Scroodly. All right.
We can all take a moment if you need. That was beautiful.
Wait, is it Iris laughs, clearly falling for the guy?
Is she really?
Yeah, that's it. I'm falling for Jeremy, I know that much.
That's a Scroodly-Doo right there.
I was like, where did that come from?
The baby piano.
Why do you? I'm sorry. We're recording still, but why do you own a children's xylophone piano thing?
I thought it was a part of being an adult.
Like, I know you own a keyboard, but that is what you bring out. Jeremy, we love you. Okay, Amy, continue.
Interior, Village Cafe, Surrey day. Amanda sits against a banquet, reading the Herald Tribune and drinking a cappuccino. She looks up and finds Olivia, Graham's 4-year-old, standing before her, red-cheeked in her hat, coat, and mittens. Amanda brightens at the sight of her.
Olivia, hi.
Hi.
How are you? How have you been?
I had a stomach ache on Christmas, but I'm all better now.
Oh, that's too bad. But I'm happy you're all better.
Amanda looks up and sees Graham and Sophie entering. Sophie runs to Amanda as Graham hangs back.
I thought you went back to America.
No, I'm still here. For one more day.
Hey.
Hi, it's great to...
Yeah, you too.
Table for 3?
Yes, please.
This one okay?
She shows him the table directly next to Amanda.
Sure.
They all laugh as Graham takes a banquette seat alongside Amanda. The girls sit across from Graham in chairs. They all sit awkwardly given their proximity.
How are you?
Would you like to join me?
Sure. Thanks.
Coffee?
What should we have? What are you having?
Oh, just cappuccino.
Couldn't interest you in lunch?
Yes, you could.
Great.
Graham shares his menu with Amanda. She looks at him behind the menu. The closest of her is powerful. She starts to say something when. You ready?
Yes, girls, chicken stew.
I want what Amanda's having.
Chicken stew.
Chicken stew, please.
Make that 4.
I want one.
Yes, you're one of the 4.
Oh,
You know what we got for Christmas?
What?
Nail polish like yours.
Aww.
Very expensive gift.
The girls tell Amanda. Graham and Amanda listen as the girls go on and on. Dissolved 2 later in the meal, Amanda is now doing the talking and the girls are cracking up. Olivia spills her drink. Amanda cleans it up without missing a beat, still talking. Graham watches, then laughs as Amanda finishes her story. Later still, Amanda's taking a photo of the girls with her phone. The girls sit close together and smile. Then Sophie asks for the phone and she makes Graham and Amanda get close together. We see through the phone and Graham and Amanda aren't even in the photo. Graham raises the phone and suddenly they appear and smile. Exterior, Riverbank later, Amanda, Graham, and the girls watch a boat go down the river. It's freezing. Graham opens his overcoat and pulls Sophie inside. Amanda bends down and takes off her scarf and wraps it around Olivia. Olivia hugs Amanda around her neck. Exterior, Riverbank Road.
My ovaries.
Graham, please put the girls in their card seats, then walks to Amanda and leans against them.
We're going to my parents for dinner. Can I call you when I when I get them in bed?
Sure.
Graham kisses her on the cheek, gets behind the wheel, and drives off. Amanda waves to the girls. Interior Iris's house, early evening. Amanda is packing. Outside it's snowing. Charlie barks at the window. Amanda packs it a bit more, then goes to the living room, looks out the window, doesn't see anything. She opens the front door and Graham is standing there. He grabs her and kisses her.
Where are the girls?
Sleeping at my parents.
Amanda rushes him with a kiss. He falls backwards. She grabs him, takes him in the house, and shuts the door on us. Interior, bedroom, a bit later. Post-coital, lying side by side, catching their breath.
So you're totally great. Fuck.
Yeah. This is a bitch.
Well, you must come to London all the time for work, right?
London? Never.
New York?
Not really. But that's easier. Do you go there often?
No. Rarely, actually. Long distance relationships can work, you know.
Really? I can't make one work in the same house with someone.
So this could be a good solution for you.
Graham, I can't see you leaving the girls at least halfway around the world. Every time you'd come to see me, you'll be gone for a week. Can you see yourself doing that very often?
Not often, but you're your own boss. You can travel.
I'm my own boss because I don't really trust anyone else. If I'm not there, I'll have no business. Okay, let's just say we tried this. We just commit to doing it. We each go back and forth and we do this for like 6 months.
Yes, that's doable.
And then let's say we hit a wall. Like, I can't constantly get on a plane, or the girls can't deal with you leaving again. And we start to feel the tension, and we know this isn't going to work. No, we start fighting because we don't know what else to do. And then after a long, tearful, at your end, goodbye phone call, we say goodbye. And it isn't like we're never going to bump into, it's not like we're ever going to bump into each other. So that'll be it, for real. It'll be over. And then what's left? Two people feeling totally mashed up and hurt. Or
Thank God.
maybe we should realize that we've had these past few weeks and it's been perfect, and maybe we don't get any better than this. And maybe you liking me isn't really the only, because you know it can't work. And maybe I can't fantasize about how perfect you are because I can't ever really be with you. And maybe we're trying to figure this out because it makes us feel good to feel this way, because we both know that if you lived in LA, we take months to get to this point. And maybe the fact that I'm leaving in 8 hours makes us far more exciting than it really might be.
You're
Maybe.
seriously the most depressing girl I've ever met. I have another scenario for you.
Good.
I'm in love with you. I apologize for the blunt delivery, but as problematical as this fact may be, I am in love with you. And I'm not feeling this because you're leaving, and not because it makes me feel good to feel this way, which by the way it does, or did, before you went off like that. I can't figure out the math of this. I just know I love you. I can't believe how many times I'm saying it, and I realize I come with a package deal, 3 for the price of 1. And my package, perhaps in the light of day, may not be a wonderful or anyone wants a perfect of another one than me, but I know what I want, which is in itself a miracle. And what I want is you. And you, speechless at the moment, is not exactly the reaction one dreams of.
I wasn't expecting I love you. Hold on. I'm trying to find the right thing to say.
I think if the obvious response doesn't immediately come to you, then, well, we can just we should just talk about something else, like possibly what a complete ass I've been. As I recall, you did promise me you wouldn't fall in love with me. I guess I just wasn't listening.
I never met a guy who talks as much as me. You say so much more, but could you just for now be quiet? Please.
She kisses him deep and hard. Interior small Japanese restaurant, LA day. It's lunchtime and this small West Side restaurant is packed. Miles and Iris are eating at the sushi bar. They're deep in conversation and their body language suggests that they have become close.
I don't know how I've never seen the Lady Eve before.
Stonewick was dazzling, so sure of herself.
And sexy.
Really sexy. Like, every movie he's told me to watch has a powerhouse woman in it.
You ever think maybe he's trying to tell you something?
Miles' cell phone rings.
I didn't, but now that you mention it.
Miles isn't listening anymore. He's staring at his cell.
What's the matter? Who is it?
It's Maggie.
Stops Iris cold.
Hello, hi. I'm doing okay. You don't sound so... Maggie, I'm tied up for a bit. What time can you be there? All right. I'll meet you there as soon as I can. She misses me.
See, she came to her senses. We should get the check.
No, take your time. I can wait till you're done. You love the spicy tuna here.
I'm fine. And if you need to go, I can get this.
God, you're the best.
Miles gets up, takes off. Iris sits alone, swallows hard, looks around. Anyone watching?
No, that's not right. We're eating. I'm going to leave here. I'm going to leave you here alone. No, I'm not going to leave you here alone. I'm not going to leave you here alone.
Miles, go. I'll see you at the Writers Guild tonight. I mean, if you can still make it.
I gotta get all the way to Brentwood, but I'm gonna try to be there. Anyway, I'm bringing the music. I mean, I want to be there. I don't know how long this is gonna take. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Don't worry.
Miles rises, kisses her on the head, exits. Iris fumbles for her wallet, drops a bunch of change, picks it all up, calls for the waitress. She sits alone. Close. Jasper's pages. Iris picks him up and carries him up the stairs. Interior bedroom. Iris falls into the bed, looks outside. The trees are blowing hard. She pushes a button to close the blinds and the room falls into darkness. She turns on the night table lamp, begins reading. The phone rings.
Hello? Jasper, I'm just reading your pages. I hadn't forgotten. I've just been busy, that's all. How are you? You sound so far away. That's not true. Stop. I meant to answer you. You sent me... What? A surprise? What kind of a surprise? No, I don't think I got it. All right, I'll look. I don't see a box or anything. I'm checking the kitchen. Not in here. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go check the gate. When did you send it?
I found your Christmas gift.
And you're here.
Yes, I am.
You've shown up at my front door. What are you doing here?
I was just going to ask you that. How long have you been gone?
Just 2 weeks.
Feels like forever. Can I come in?
Yes, of course. My God.
Some house.
Really? What are you doing here? I'm in shock.
My publisher wanted me to take some meetings.
But you hate LA.
Not if you're here.
How's Sarah?
She's fine.
I never did get a chance to talk to you about that, your engagement. I was surprised you never mentioned it.
I didn't know myself until the day before. Do we have to talk about it right now?
No, but,
Something to drink.
all right.
This place suits you.
Yeah, right.
Really, you look different to me here. Iris, look at me. I came here because I had to see you. I had to.
Jasper, I don't understand this. I mean, I was right there for 3 years, remember? Square peg, round hole.
What?
That's what you said to me once. That we weren't really right for each other, that we were a square peg in a round hole.
I don't remember that. I just know I don't like when you were gone. I almost never checked my email more, but it was driving me crazy I wasn't hearing from you. I don't want to lose you.
Lose me? This is too confusing.
I know. Come here.
Interior, Miles' house. Same time. Maggie paces in tears. Miles listens. It's getting dark outside. I screwed up. Didn't you ever screw up, Miles? No, you probably never have. I made a mistake. I was stupid and impulsive. He was older and I wish you just say something. I mean, how many ways do I have to say it?
He wasn't what I thought, and I started thinking about you and hoping you'd forgive me. Will you, Miles? Will you forgive me? Interior, Iris's bedroom, England, 3 a.m. Graham is asleep. Amanda's awake, thinking about the day they were lying in the snow, kissing and laughing. She turns to Graham, his eyes open. She smiles faintly, apologetically. Interior, Amanda's living room, LA, same time. It's dark outside and only a small light is on the room. Iris and Jasper lie on the sofa, entwined. Iris gazes up at him.
This look in your eyes. This is what I always look for.
I've always looked at you like this.
No, you haven't. Oh, I remember the glass. What's wrong?
Can you remove your hand from my bottom, please? Please. You know what? I never thought I'd say this. Literally never. But I think you were absolutely right about us. Very square peg, very round hole.
You can't mean that.
The great thing is, I actually do. And I'm about 3 years late in telling you this, but nevertheless, some things need to be said. Jasper, you did not treat me right. You broke my heart and you acted like somehow it was my fault, my misunderstanding. And I was too in love with you to ever be mad at you. So I just punished myself. But oh, I remember this as somehow newly entitled me to say, it's over. This twisted, toxic thing between us is finally over. And you really can't just waltz in here on my great Christmas holiday and tell me I'm suddenly looking at you the way you wanted me to. Like, I haven't just improved and qualified to be with you. I'm miraculously done being your girl Friday. I've got a life to lead, and I don't think you're in it. Now, I'm terribly sorry, but I've got to be somewhere really important, and you need to get the hell out of here. And anyway, do you think Sarah would appreciate us doing this? She's a very nice person, and she deserves better.
Honey, you've changed.
I know. I think it's something slightly resembling gumption.
A town sits in Arthur's driveway. Iris, in a dress and heels, scoots the town car and knocks on Arthur's door. Without hesitation, the door opens. Arthur is standing there, ready to go, speech in hand. He wears his new suit, new glasses. He pauses when he sees how lovely Iris looks.
Iris, you're a knockout.
Thank you. And may I say, so are you.
Did I do my tie okay? I haven't won one in so long.
It's perfect.
I like this Hugo Boss. He cuts a nice suit. I got you something. Forgive me, last time I had a date, this is what we did.
Oh, a corsage. It's beautiful.
If it's too corny or if it's going to ruin your outfit, you don't have to wear it.
I like corny. I'm looking for corny in my life.
Nice line.
It's all those movies you've had me watch.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get this embarrassment over with.
Interior, town car, moving night. Arthur and Iris sit side by side.
Now, don't feel bad for me if only a couple of dozen people are there. I'm not exactly Quentin Tarantino. I don't even think people appreciate the old films anymore for the writing. It's the directors they remember. Plus, it's the holidays. People are away.
Arthur, you've got to shut up. Is this it?
Stay here. We'll be out real fast.
Interior, Writers Guild of America lobby. Iris helps Arthur through the fairly empty lobby. A young film student type approaches Arthur.
Mr. Rabbit? Yes, sir. We're all ready for you.
Two attendants open double doors as Arthur takes Iris's arm and they head into the auditorium. As they enter, a packed room rises to its feet. A few hundred people of all ages applaud as Arthur walks the center aisle towards the stage.
Light bulbs flash. Arthur tightens his grip on Iris. She places her hand on his. He reaches the bottom of the stage. Another attendant waits to help him up a small set of stairs. The room quiets. Arthur lets go of Iris. She smiles at him as his new escort takes his arm. Iris takes a seat in the front row, an empty seat next to her. Then, out of the loudspeakers, we hear Arthur's theme music. Upon hearing it, Arthur lets go of the attendant's arm and climbs up the stairs alone to a rounding swell of applause. Miles, a little out of breath, slips into the seat next to Iris wearing a coat and tie.
The man is a rock star.
Hi.
Thank you. I am absolutely overwhelmed that I could climb those stairs. Thank you very much for coming tonight. I'm honored. I came to Hollywood over 60 years ago and immediately fell in love with motion pictures. And it's a love affair that's lasted a lifetime. When I first arrived, there were no cineplexes or multiplexes, no such thing as a blockbuster. I was here BC, before cable, before DVD, before conglomerates owned studios, before pictures had special effects teams, and definitely before box office results were reported on the nightly news. To make a good picture, all we needed was a director, a producer, actors, and a writer with a story to tell. Our vocabulary was a simple one: emotion, dreams, tears, and laughter.
He's fantastic.
Miles looks up at Iris as she watches Arthur. The warmth in her eyes touches him.
Iris?
Yes,
What are you doing New Year's Eve?
I'll be back in England on New Year's Eve.
Do you know I've never been to England. Never been to Europe.
No?
If I came over there, would you go out with me New Year's Eve?
I'd love to.
They both return their eyes to the stage. Miles nods to himself. Nice. Exterior, Iris's house, England morning. A Mercedes waits for Amanda. She exits the house in her shearling coat, red scarf, just like she arrived. Graham stands in the doorway.
Okay. We're not going to make this a bigger deal than it already is.
No, we're not.
And it's not like we're never going to speak or email or...
No set rules.
None. So I'm just going to kiss you for the millionth time and say, be seeing you. Be seeing you.
Take care of yourself.
Amanda walks to the car, waves, gets in the car, takes off. Graham watches the car drive slowly away from the cottage. Interior car moving away from the house. The driver who dropped Amanda here 2 weeks ago is behind the wheel. Have a good holiday, miss.
Yeah. Great. Maybe the best ever.
Suddenly very hot, Amanda pulls her scarf off. She looks out the car window. Children pass by, laughing on a sled. Whoa, she's really hot. She unbuttons her coat a little, clears her throat, checks her plane ticket, passport, phone, all set. Then she clicks her phone, looks at the photo of herself with Graham, closes the phone. She rests her head on the seat, doesn't quite feel right. What's going on? She's a little out of breath. Without knowing, without trying, with no effort whatsoever, her eyes begin to well up. Amanda sits straight up, stunned. Is it gonna happen? Then one small, tiny little tear makes its way out of her eye and then rolls down her cheek.
Amanda Woods, welcome back.
Amanda screams.
Turn around! Turn around! Go back, please!
Forgot something.
Yes!
Exterior, country road. The car turns around and takes off back towards the cottage. Interior car. Amanda is so excited. She's about to leap out of the moving car.
Can you go any faster?
This little lane is always tricky. It's gonna take a bit.
That's okay.
Amanda opens the car door, rushes out. runs, a happy, expected look on her face. She gets to the cottage, opens the little gate, rushes up the stairs, opens the door.
Graham? Graham?
Graham, back in the bedroom, steps into view. He wipes away tears. Amanda says nothing. Graham waits.
I was just thinking, why would I leave before New Year's Eve? That makes no sense at all.
Graham sighs quite loudly, wipes his eyes on his shirt sleeve.
You didn't exactly ask me out, but you did say you love me, so I'm thinking I've got a date, if you'll have me.
I've got the girls New Year's Eve.
Sounds perfect.
Graham smiles, and as Amanda rushes to him, we dissolve to exterior Graham's house, all lit up night, New Year's Eve. Interior Graham's living room, music over. Olivia in a party dress carrying a noisemaker runs through the room. She is followed by her Aunt Iris, also in a party dress. Iris dances a bit as she carries 2 glasses of champagne. She delivers 1 glass to Miles, who is sitting on the sofa. Deep in conversation with Sophie, he smiles when he sees Iris. Amanda dances in a tray of hors d'oeuvres. She stops in front of Graham, who twirls her. Amanda then dances over to Iris, who takes an hors d'oeuvre, and the 2 women connect. Amanda whispers something to Iris, and Iris laughs. Graham joins them and puts his arm around his sister. Iris rests her head on his shoulder. Feels like the making of a great party. Camera pulls back and away, out the window, and eventually we fade to black.
The ends! Oh my god! It was amazing. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for watching. Enjoy. Have a wonderful holiday, whatever holiday you choose to observe.
Happy Christmas.
Love you. Thank you for watching Quarantine Theater Company.